You know, outside of our dad, you know, I can say comfortably now, without even asking James, this is our hero. This is the man that's been the example for us. Outside of him, you have set the standard in terms of how to carry yourself, how to be a real man, how to take care of the people that are around you, how to be a real provider. You know what I mean? It's been so many times that I've been hard-headed, haven't listened to you, have tried to go my own way, and you never turned your back on me, you never showed it. You never showed me what I may have deserved in the moment, but you still had my back. You still have me down. Whew. I love you too, man. I love you too. I love you too. I love you too.
So there. Truth. What is the most exciting part about being an adult? Surprisingly, kitchen appliances. Really? Oh yeah. I saw a toaster oven on Amazon that also was a toaster on top. Damn near had an orgasm. Huh. Mm-hmm. Wow. Truth or dare? Dare. I dare you not to hit a deer with your car. Oh, that's weirdly random. Yeah, get back to me in about 2 years and it won't seem that random anymore. Okay, who dares me to take this shot? Oh, get the fuck out of here, you whore. I dare you not to catch an STI with the way you're busting it open in these streets. I dare you to learn how to do your taxes properly, okay? You're 26, it's embarrassing. I dare your skank ass to walk into a church without bursting into flames, okay? I dare you to raise that credit score. Oh, I'm gonna whoop your fucking ass.
I speak to Creflo. How you doing, Creflo? Reverend Mo money. No, nigga, ain't no hey, how you doing, motherfucker? What is you doing? Around here telling people that they shouldn't tithe no more and tithing this nigga, I'll slap the shit out you. No, I'm up here trying to deliver my grandbaby. Niggas calling me, telling me did you see what Creflo said? Said we shouldn't follow the Old Testament no more, so we got a New Testament. Nigga, the Old Testament taught us how to get to the New Testament. If it weren't for the Old Testament, Cain would have never killed Abel. And everybody know it's always a brother need to get shot in the back, you know? No, nigga, y'all lying. You got my congregation and my constituents talking about they ain't got a tithe no more because you said, talking about Paul and what Paul said. Nigga, Paul used to be Saul. Don't forget that. And motherfucker, don't forget how much money you stole from niggas over there. Now you want to fuck up my church and my good name. Don't do that. I don't care. I don't care. All the good Christian shit I do, I got a car on layaway. I got my grandkids Christmas shit on layaway. I got 2 PS5s on layaway. I got a new bitch in Hawaii on layaway. And you talking about no tithing. Huh? No, nigga, I'm telling you to slow down, okay? You slow down, all right? You're doing too much and you're talking too much. Go back on YouTube, go to your little church, your congregation, tell them niggas you're bullshitting, okay? Tell them the Old Testament is the way we live, you know? Because in the beginning, God created man and woman, and when you ate from the tree of Gethsemane, you knew a bitch was naked. That's the most important scripture. When you knew a bitch was naked, that's the Old Testament. You know.
Babe, they locked us in here. It won't open. It won't open. They just trapped us in here.
You gotta push, babe.
Huh?
You gotta push.
Oh, duh. Thanks, babe. My name is China Willis. I was calling to see if I can get your booking department's number. Yes, ma'am. I can put it in my notes. 1 second. Babe, you see my phone? Babe, my phone. My phone. Babe, we gotta go back to the store.
Check your hand, babe.
What?
Check your hand.
Oh. What would I do without you? Yes, ma'am. I'm ready. Here they go again. Send this stuff to Landmark Doctor. Landmark Doctor. Landmark Doctor. This is not Landmark Doctor.
Let's drive, baby.
All these folks. Huh?
Let's drive.
Oh, yeah. Learn something new every day. Thanks, babe. There.
Keep doing your thing. You killing it.
Aw, thank you.
Yeah. You want anything from the kitchen?
Yeah, a water. You mind turning on the air?
I got you.
Yep, thanks.
This is my favorite part. It's so funny. You mind moving your hand off my thigh? Oh yeah, my fault. My thigh kind of sensitive right now. That was a funny part though, that was. Man, watch this next part though, it's so funny. Your laugh is so relaxing. All right, good night. Good night. Don't let me go. Just kidding. You give the best hugs. Oh man. All right, bye. All right, later. Whew. He's such a good man. You made me this way. Did you say you wanted to Bible study tonight? No, tomorrow. Oh, I wanted to make sure. Okay.
Okay, I've gathered all of you here because almost all of you have close to 100% customer dissatisfaction. And actually, one of you do have the 100%. So. This is so. Ain't nobody give a fuck about no customers, bro. Oh, God, bro. Get your bitch ass out of here. But we do know who got 100% customer dissatisfaction, though. Who? No, we're not actually gonna say it. No, say it. Put a name on it. No. Waffle House, bitch. I guess you thought I was scared. You are scared. What the fuck you wanna do? You know this. We have no feelings in this bitch. We don't hire for all my employees get boxed. Bitch ass. What am I the CEO is? The CEO can box the hardest. What the fuck you saying? Okay, get up. Nah, I'm gonna chill out. Cause if I stand up, I'm gonna have to at somebody. It's gonna be that. It can. You still owe me money, don't you? Alright. How the fuck owe you money and you in 4 states? How owe you money? How owe you money? Bitch, if I stand up, I'm gonna slap the fuck out of somebody. You stole my whole what I said. Nobody stole my whole me. He's church. Nobody steals my bro. Watch out. McDonald's. Don't nobody care if you count money, bro. You a sellout. How am I sellout? You a sellout, bro. You are a sellout. What you worried about right here? We got that. We got that. You a sellout. Now what? What? Do something, bitch. Do something. Yeah. I got more. Exactly what I'm talking about. This is why customers are scared. Bitch, don't give a fuck. Shut up. I told you before I stand up and slap the fuck out of somebody. And your establishment better watch out because I'm telling you. You know what it is. Pull up. Pull up. I got 12 employees. We not 30. I'm talking about.
Popcorn world. Popcorn world. Yeah. Can I make you groove now? Yes, I can. So you can get this groove in the back of a can. You can make it round the world when the holes in your hand. Popcorn world. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. I said popcorn make you smile. Ah. Popcorn world. Popcorn world. Popcorn world. Popcorn world. The popcorn world.
Hey, Kenyatta,
Yes, King.
you got the wine glasses?
Yes, King.
Is the lighting right?
Oh, yes, King.
Well, all right then. I guess it's time for Uncorked Wine, live on the NOIZ Makers page. Grab your glasses and let's go.
Every time I see that steak, I'm torn because there's a part of me that wants to fix that steak, but then I already had some other stuff on the menu for tomorrow. I don't know what to do. I'm torn. Are we live? Uh-oh. I'm just kidding. How's everybody doing? It's Uncorked Wine. We are live. I am torn though. I see that steak and the way he got that peppercorn gravy on there. And I'll be like, man, I need to fix that. And I got some steaks in there that I could prepare tomorrow. But then I know the family wants me to fix pho. Now, what should I do? Should I give them their pho or just buck the whole system and go with the steak?
Buck the system? What the?
That's right. That's what I said. Buck the system.
You can't buck the system. We just had ribs the weekend before.
What's your point?
Can't be having all this red meat.
Al, what do you think?
See, I come from simple majority rules. So if the 3 out of 4, it just makes more sense to do pho or pho, whatever you want to call it.
They call it pho.
I like pho. Lloyd likes what the fuck? No, I don't like that.
The fuck?
Nope.
All right, I'll do the pho.
Dang.
Or I might do the pho for y'all and fix me a steak.
Wow.
I want some steak. I got a taste for steak. Is that wrong?
Resist the devil and he will flee.
I don't think it's the devil. I really don't think
I do. I think, yeah, keep trying to say that. More red meat. More red meat.
Yeah, just because you anti-red meat.
Your wife is saying vegetables. Chicken.
I'll put some vegetables with it.
What?
Al, how are you doing today?
I'm going to beat Mama Noise to the punch. I'm well.
That's good. That was good. That was a spot-on interpretation.
Hey, listen.
I see you got your Notre Dame on. Shout out to Coach Freeman getting his first win.
Got your little
win or go home.
Yeah, he needed this one. This was one of them ones where he had to get this one or it was gonna be ugly. Your boy Dabo done come up out of his jacket. He's so nervous.
Dabo.
Who they playing?
They're playing Louisiana Tech, and it was only a 7-point game. So I don't know why he's so nervous, but he's nervous. Now I ain't never seen him on the sideline in just a t-shirt.
Oh Lord.
He's still stripped down. It's tense in college football right now. It's tense for the good guys or the guys that are typically win all the time. So anyway, Mama Noise, you know we can hear you typing. I don't know why you trying to act like you hiding something.
Then when I close the window, it's open the window.
No, closing the window don't stop us from hearing it.
Yeah, I do. If I close the window to do it.
Mama Noise, I need you to listen to what you're saying. Closing the window doesn't stop us from hearing it. Al, what are we, I can hear you.
That's me, but I'm showing her closing the window.
Doesn't stop us from hearing it. Now, if you mute it, okay, now you muted, so now I can't hear you. Anyway, this was here, boy. I'll get back to you, Al. Al, how is really though? How you doing, man? You hanging in there?
Man,
they're trying to work you like a.
Oh, it's tough, bro. It's tough. What I got? I guess you can say 2 jobs because I got 1 and 2 half jobs.
Right.
But all worlds are colliding right now. So
I know the feeling. I have been there, my brother. Well, it's good to see you, my brother. It's really good to see you in the land of those who are among us. Cuz is in the building. He got on his green shirt.
Go
today.
Irish.
Are you doing that for Coach Freeman? Are you doing that for Coach Freeman or?
I don't give a damn about Notre Dame. What do I look like?
I thought you were supposed to support the black man.
The black man. Support the black man.
I am about Notre Dame.
Well, you ain't got to care about Notre Dame, but support the black man.
Because if that black man don't win, his black ass is going to get fired.
He can't take care of his kids.
Black ass can go ahead and be fired. I don't give a damn.
Wow. See, you know what? The hypocritical nature of that statement, boy, I tell you.
Next thing you know, he left his black wife and his black kids.
Because he can't afford them. Can't afford them.
Started dating a white woman because her daddy's on the trustee board at the University of Sheboygan State and can get him a job coaching.
Right.
All because Jay Joyner said.
Thanks, Jay. Thanks, buddy.
It's all because of you, Jay.
All because of you. Jeez. All you had to do is turn on one piece of TV.
You say
your boy did good today.
You said one piece of TV?
Yeah. Your boy did good today, though. Shout out to Jackson and shout out to Coach Prime.
Who's my boy?
Dion.
Oh, you mean Jackson State?
That's your boy, ain't it?
You got to first learn how to speak the lingo. I mean, it's not shout out to Jackson, it's shout out to Jackson State. First you call them Jacksonville. Now you call them Jackson. Get your shit together. It's okay. Jackson State University.
Okay, let me get my shit together. Shout out to that mother Deion Sanders. That son of a did a damn good job.
Hey, I don't disagree with you.
Is that better? Is that more in alignment with what you would prefer?
I am extremely proud, happy.
As you should be.
Peacock proud and honeymoon happy.
A win against Grambling and Clean Water. I say that's a good day.
Only ninjas like you want to keep talking about the clean water.
They made an announcement today that the water was clean now.
Reality is, the city has major issues, but what Deion Sanders is doing with that college, that university there in Jackson, gives them a reason to smile. And that's what it's really all about at this point.
You don't think it's about having clean water at all? Like,
is it a reason to smile, or is it if it wasn't for that school being there, that water would still be dirty?
You know what?
They may have had to take out a loan.
It is true to the cause.
I'm just saying, because somebody else was like, "Hey, they still ain't dealt with Flint."
Yeah, Flint. How did Jackson get clean water before Flint?
Because of Jackson State. Quit playing.
Y'all don't know what y'all talking
Quit
about.
playing. Quit playing.
Jackson's issue was not lead in the water. Jackson's issue was their pumping stations were flooded. So all they had to do was get the pumping stations unflooded, if you allow me to say it like that, and
they were raggedy.
Test the water to make sure that the water was clean. That's all they had to do. But they still have water issues.
But why did that take 7 weeks?
If it's all they had to do was fix the pumping station.
Only I said it without the sarcasm. I was just looking for an answer.
Mama knows I talk to my daughter all the time, and I tell her your tone is important. What you can't do is talk.
What's a good thing I'm not your daughter?
Oh man, this is escalating quickly.
Talk to me with the wrong tone.
Listen here, black man. You know that if it was just the pumping station, it should have been fixed before now. 7 weeks.
Women pump all the time with no problem.
No, that's not what I said.
Can't get it together.
That's not what I said.
Jackson. I saw a woman pumping on Facebook the other day.
Nope, that's not what I said.
Wrong kind of
pump. Is that the same pump?
No, not at all. And
bad.
you know this.
My bad players mess up.
No players, man.
What's up, Ryan?
What's going on? What's going on?
Well, I'm proud of Dion. That's all I was really trying to say anyway. It's good to see everybody tonight.
Yeah, when you winning like he's winning, he has the talent. I'm pretty sure he's pissed about the 24 points that
he
scored.
He probably is. Everybody wants to shut out
because he wants to dominate. And
yeah.
He has the talent. He has the talent to do it, and the coaching staff to do it. So they're 3-0. We will see. I keep telling other black people that are not, as excited as they should be. What he's doing there is going to roll downhill real quick because so many young black youths in high school are going to start believing I don't have to go to a Wahite school to get noticed.
I agree. I think he's going to make a fine coach at Florida State.
Damn, he muted himself in mid-sentence.
Why'd you mute yourself? That's weird. You muted. We can't hear nothing you're saying.
Oh, you know what? I don't know what is happening.
You muted yourself.
I said I didn't do it. I didn't touch that motherfucker. I didn't touch it.
That was
David Mama Noise did it.
You know what? I don't like that you accuse me of stealing.
Tell the white man to stop doing my shit when I'm trying to talk about black power.
Touche, nigga. Touche.
Power.
Touche.
With a V.
I also want to give a shout out to Shanta because it's her birthday.
It's her birthday. It's her
birthday. You know what today is? It's her birthday.
I need Shanta. It's her birthday.
Oh,
yeah, she got a good old time right now.
She cracked 2.5 today.
2.5.
Wow.
Oh,
really? She's the oldest, right? Or is Ronell oldest?
Ronell's the oldest.
Oh, okay.
Is 2.5 more important than 21? Because 2.5 you get your insurance lowered.
Nope, 21.
No, 21 is more important. Ron,
2.5 you get the insurance lowered.
25 don't mean shit on insurance.
I thought it lowered down to consider.
No, that's a unicorn.
No, that's a myth.
And there's that.
I couldn't remember. Okay.
Yeah, that's bull.
All right, well then carry on.
Really, all that helps with insurance is a good driver record. They lower it down 6 months after the
and then finding an agent that's not trying to take advantage of you.
There you go.
And sell you a rate that's not.
That too.
So
that might be the most important part right there.
Because as soon as they get ticket, as soon as they have an accident, your ass is going to pay for that.
Well, listen, I know some of y'all came for a festive, deep celebration, but the problem is some things didn't quite work out the way we wanted to from an advertising and booking perspective. So we just postponed it because you can do that when it's your anniversary. You can celebrate whatever you want.
When it's your show, you can do whatever the hell you want to.
Whatever the hell you want to. So we just what we did. We postponed it just a little bit, and in place of that, we're just gonna have some fun like we normally do here. We're gonna pass the peas like we used to do.
Oh no, not that.
What?
Am I going to be the only one drinking tonight? Anybody else?
Not at all. Matter of fact, sir,
you know, you begin to slow on the draw.
Matter of fact, sir, we are about to talk about the wine list as we speak, and we'll begin with the lovely Mama NOIZ. Mama NOIZ, will you please enlighten the peoples as to what we are doing tonight?
My now has become favorite. Harder Mike.
No, I'm saying that.
Mike ain't that hard, Mama NOIZ. Mike is never that hard.
Saying that.
Maybe Mike's not hard when he's in y'all's hands, and he's harder when he's
No.
Now
You're not hearing
heard
it.
that.
You're not hearing it.
That's the
We're hearing because that's what you're saying.
No. I said harder Mike's.
It's not harder. Stop saying that.
Black cherry lemonade.
Just read it in order. All you gotta do is read it in order.
I said it.
Is that the one that ever allows her to quite finish the show?
It is. But the nights are good for me though, so I don't really care.
Mama NOIZ, please don't get a straw. Please don't.
Yeah, she got the straw right there.
Oh yeah.
Mama NOIZ, put that straw in
Right
there
there.
and be free. You don't listen to Jay. There you go. Be free, boo. Be free. All right, Albie. While Mama NOIZ is getting her straw adjusted.
That's
what
straw.
you sipping on tonight? Oh, he's going in.
Shakalaka.
Cover me, I'm going in. Jim Beam apple tonight.
With the Donald Duck apple juice.
I like
Me
it.
and Donald Duck both gonna get effed up.
Oh.
I like it. I like it. Are you gonna unmute or are you just gonna keep muting yourself?
You're gonna keep moving yourself.
We see you moving your lips, but you ain't saying nothing. Unmute. Oh, this guy. It's all
sign language.
You are muted, sir.
Oh my gosh.
All right, we'll get back to him. Ron, what you sipping on tonight?
Oh, I'm still on that quality H2O, man. I'm still on the
quality H2O today.
Okay.
We will carry on for you. Shout out to Sharita Brown. What's going on, Sharita?
Rough day today. So.
What was all that activity celebrating your baby girl?
Kicking it.
She kicking it with her friends more than us. We get a mostly tomorrow.
Okay, well that's fair too. That's fair. Come on by, see daddy and mama. All right, let's see if this guy's figured it out. Have you figured out your thing? Can you unmute now? You have to unmute, sir. Oh my goodness, this guy. Maybe he's on the phone talking to somebody. I mean, he can at least tell us he's on the phone talking to somebody. All right. Are you unmuted now?
Who?
You.
Oh my gosh.
I was talking with my daughter. She wanted to have a conversation.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Would you like to tell us what you're drinking?
Nothing.
You just said I'm gonna be drinking alone.
Well, I have to go outside to the refrigerator in the garage and get my cold ones because I have none in the house.
You did know we were doing a show entitled Uncorked Wine, and
I feel religious tonight. I'm not gonna tell you to go fuck yourself.
That escalated quicker than we should have.
What was with the facial twitch? You all right?
Blink twice if you need some help. Okay, all right. I'm joining.
Stop looking at me with that old judgmental ass look and drink your hard mic.
Nope, she's not drinking hard Mike. We're drinking Mike's hard black cherry. The drink.
Oh,
And
we didn't want to say hard Mike because Mike has a hard on.
that's not that is not sir.
Hard is in the title.
That is not at all true. The words you are speaking.
I missed it. Because I was wondering why y'all kept giving her a hard time about her saying hard Mike, but now I get it.
Let's move on. Can we just toast, and we'll toast on behalf of Jay's drink that ain't here. Everybody just kind of get ready for your toast here. Mama Noise, you gonna grab your drink, or you just what you know? There we go. All right. Here we go. Toast that.
B, what you drinking?
Boy,
in the
man
chat.
that already put the drink in the thing.
It's in the chat.
It's even in the chat.
I ain't seen no damn chat.
I said
Clearly.
I said it on the air. I am drinking apple Jim Beam with a splash of Donald Duck apple juice.
It's an all apple night for him, an all apple night.
You know that Mott's is much better apple juice.
The Mott's.
I don't have.
Oh, that's my favorite.
I have to stick with Donald Duck.
I love Mott's apple juice and applesauce.
I agree, Mama Noise. Both of them are good. You're right.
It is. It's the best over that Muslim, and that's it.
Hey, Al, don't you listen to these niggas and put that into applesauce.
What?
What's that?
Don't you be putting that shit in no applesauce.
No, we didn't. You know what?
Thank you, Al. Appreciate you, brother. Hey, Catherine, it's good to see you, girl. All right. Jay, I'm actually glad you're here early tonight because we have
glad you glad.
Yeah, well, I have a video that I need your help with. Help me interpret what this dude is saying.
All right, say and spell your first and last name, please.
You let me know when you're ready now.
Yeah, we're ready. Yeah, say and spell your first and last name, please.
But what you want me to start off?
Say and spell your first and last name, please.
What?
Say and spell your first and last name.
Okay. They call me Can Man.
Okay.
All right.
What's your real name?
Ozell Gary.
Okay, will you spell your first real name?
Huh?
Spell your first last name.
You can't read? My name is Ozell Gary.
Okay, well, I need to know how to spell it.
Well, I just letting you know. I'm down here from Detroit, Michigan.
Okay.
I born and raised here.
Okay.
I lived here 33 years. I thought things might would change, but I see it ain't changing no more.
Can I get you to spell your name for me, please?
O-Z-E-W-A, I just told you.
Okay, will you spell your last name?
J-R-Y. Okay.
So were you here yesterday when the storm came?
Well, no, I wasn't here.
Okay.
I wasn't here.
Okay.
So I was right around town.
Right.
And they told me, say, you better go on Gallup Street. That you stay with you visit
What?
your niece. I said, yeah. So you better go down there and say the storm must have hit something. I didn't know this house. I came down here, I saw all the limbs and things right, and I saw a hole in the one. I said, what's going on here? So they said, your niece is in the hospital. I thought it was in Jackson, in University. Some guy told me, said, the University, you were drinking. I started to go to University. Some told me, you better stop at Harder Wilson. I went up there, they was up there. All right. And so after I saw them in the hospital, I said, how y'all doing? They doing pretty good and everything. And I said, well, and I did not talk to the while and I come on back down here. But anyway, I'm gonna get to the big portion.
Right.
All right. Okay. And I went by Stark. You know what talking Stark? Okay, so a friend of mine saw all them guys who do work on lights. They was eating happy. Still doing the work on the lights. Okay, eating. Black neighborhood, no light. I got my truck, all the white neighborhood was lit up.
Right.
They didn't give a damn about the black folks.
Right.
When black man said, why you all down there? They take care of the black population. Said, they whites got lights, so why come y'all in the black neighborhood? When the white man redneck said, we don't give a damn about no neighborhood. That's what they said. They didn't say white or black. He had said no neighborhood. And they showing you he don't give a damn about black folk. He just show it off because a lot of people looking. See what I'm talking about? This is Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm talking about? There it is now. 35 years, I thought it was going to change. Ain't changed. The same damn thing. Same thing. And I said, I'm about ready to get the hell out of here. The same thing. Was back in 30s and 40s. The same ain't no different. The same damn thing. Ain't no different. They restless. They prejudice. They every damn thing. You see what I'm talking about? They look at your face, smile. They don't mean no damn good. They ain't no damn good. I tell you to the face. They ain't no damn good.
Right.
They look out for the white people, but they don't look out for the black. Look at Bummer. They hate Bummer because he's black.
Who?
They don't work with Bummer. They work against him. You see what I'm talking about?
Bummer. Okay.
They ain't no damn good.
Yeah.
I hope Bummer just forget about it.
Right.
Who's Bummer?
Okay, so I will admit, I do not speak fluent Mississippian, but I am blessed. We are blessed to have a native Mississippian here tonight who can. Anthony Bruce said that's the same story Jay was telling to us on Thursday. So I don't know. Possibly, I don't know. With the Coons, it was definitely different. But Jay, you from Mississippi. Clearly you understood every word he said. I know you did. So if you don't mind helping us to understand, we really would appreciate it. Oh, come on now. Don't be like that. Why you being like that?
Petty as hell.
Now, Jay, if this was from Arkansas, I wouldn't do you like that. I would try my best to interpret this accurately for you.
Oh, man.
Boy, I tell you. Try to get people on board with the process. I was just wanting to know what the man was talking about.
I think he wants to know what the hell he was talking about. All I know is he know that Mississippi don't like black people. That's the only thing I got.
Right. And they treated him the same way they treated Obama.
Obama.
We be butchering up some words, boy. He said, "No, I'm talking about. No, I'm talking about."
Oh man,
I got every third word out of the entire statement.
He's just like prejudice, Obama.
Cuz, can you please come back and help us? Don't leave us out here like this. This is just feels unfair.
Represent your folks.
By the way, I'm not knocking him or knocking Mississippi. I understand what we're doing. I just would like. It seemed like what he had to say was important, and I just want to know what it was.
No, I'm talking about. No, I'm talking about. That's what he said.
Okay.
What got me was when he said, "Can't you hear?" Well, yeah, sir, she can hear, but you said "can man." You didn't say your.
You did say "can man." There were so many mysteries.
It was some challenge, but
we'll give Jay the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he went out to his.
Yes, it was.
Maybe he went to his wine cellar to get his beverage.
Right, that's where he went.
Whenever he comes back,
he went to the refrigerator outside to get.
Well, I was trying to, wine cellar, and you just.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Whenever he comes back, we'll get his interpretation.
Okay.
As we start arousing.
I've been here the whole time, and you ain't gonna get shit from me.
Why? So what? We're not belittling you. I'm trying to understand.
I said about no damn belittling. I said you ain't gonna get shit from me.
See, when your expertise is truly needed, now you don't want a shit.
Expertise.
All the expertise I got for you, all the expertise I got for you is a middle finger.
I knew it. I said he gonna say it first. That's all he's got. That's all he's gonna say.
Can I ask you a question?
Look at that.
But finger.
Help me understand. Why are we getting the middle finger? Can you just explain that part, please?
Today.
Wow, that's rude, man. If this was Kentucky or Arkansas, we would just tell you what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
What Can Man said was
Can Man.
Right.
That's his name.
That's all we would do. We would interpret it for you.
That's all I can make out, Mama Noise, because the rest of that shit, Uzra, what I don't know what he said.
Oh, he said his name? I didn't hear that.
He spelled it for
one of the things that irritated people down south the most. I had this conversation with my cousins in Chicago last weekend. One of the things that irritated the people down south the most is niggas that flighted north somehow thought they were something different or better than what we were down south. And the reality is, all they did was left the country and went to the ghetto. There was no difference. And if you
is that a lateral move, or is that a move up, or is that lateral? Or
if you go to Chicago right now today, there's just as many country bumpkin niggas in Chicago as there is in Jackson, Mississippi, because they are all products of what their parents taught them. But they were in the urban environment, and somehow they look down on those that were down south.
Are you under the impression that we're looking down on this, brother?
You niggas didn't even make it all the way up north. Y'all still below this Dixon line, and yet you want to know. You want me to. You heard what
who's Macy Dixie?
And now you want me to translate what was said.
Well, yes. So it's been so long since you've been gone, you can't translate?
Here's my translation.
You ain't been.
He's pointing.
You ain't been gone as long as Can Man, have you?
Hey, listen. If you can't translate, just say so.
I mean, because he looks like he's pointing to the north. Is that what it is? To the north. To the north. That's no. Okay, that's not.
I just didn't know you were that sensitive. Let's move on. I thought Jay could help us, but we'll get another Mississippian on here. Maybe Renee Tolliver can help us when she gets a chance.
All right.
Shout out to Renee Tolliver. She's not as sensitive as Jay.
She'll get on here soon. I will be done.
There you go. That's all we need. It's just a little interpretation.
I gave you my interpretation.
I didn't like it.
Oh, you just showed us to go north. That's all.
All right. Well, anyway, people are handling this queen's death differently all over the place.
No, that ain't who I think it is. My girl. Is that Miss London? You know I came from the dungeon. Miss London and the bitch stay eating a luncheon. She don't want to throw no guns in. We punching. Now she burning because that smoking on Bunsen. Diana, look. Bitch, don't call my name. Oh, she's still mad. Just leave her alone, Eliza. How did she even get up in here? Jesus, you've been real nice lately. Diana. Hey. Elizabeth, you got some nerve coming up in here in these pearly gates talking about some hey. Girl, I ain't worried about you. Where my husband? Oh, honey, I pushed him off these clouds like I'm about to do you. I mean, we can get down. We can, because I'm about that, but I ain't gonna fight you because you old. I got somebody for you. Rosa? Yes, me, and what, ho? I will knock you so far to the back of the bus. And if you do, I rise. We are not about to do this. Well, the prayers say on earth as it is in heaven, so what's up?
Oh man, that escalated quickly. I hope it wasn't like that.
Wow.
That escalated very quickly. I didn't
call on my kinfolk talking about Rosa.
She sure did.
You sure did.
You gotta say Rosa's gangster? What happened?
She's
You couldn't call on nobody else?
to the back of the bus.
And by the way, Mama Noise, you're not getting away with that.
And that was a humble flex.
My kinfolk?
I'm saying, you trying to say we gangster all the way down the bloodline? What is happening? And furthermore, you couldn't call on nobody else. You couldn't say somebody else who's recent. You could have said, "Don't make me call on."
Well, a lot of people call on their black friends when they need help.
Oh, is that what it is?
She can't get her hands dirty. She don't want to get her hands dirty.
Oh, the black people gonna be more
Call on your black friends, yeah.
Calling your black peoples.
I understand. I ain't tripping.
Okay, you know what? At first I was gonna say I can't imagine that. Then I thought about higher learning when your girl went and got Regina.
She went and got her black friends.
She said he did it. She said, did he? Let me go get my cousin now. Hold on. Ice Cube.
Okay,
Busta Rhymes.
Okay, Mama Noise. You're gonna go on for a minute. I got to bring in this next.
You so boy.
No, I'm not being rude. I just felt like
that was rude.
I was just gonna bring this other candidate up because I'm calling on my white friends.
Now let me see you Now drop it to the floor, drop it to the floor then. Now lean then.
There you go.
Turn around then. Turn around then. Now wiggle, 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 wiggle. Play dead like.
Ew.
Why you hating on him, Mama Noise? He getting his boogie on.
Al, did you see this? You need to see it. Al, you need to see this.
Mama Noise, why you hating on him? He's trying to get his boogie on like anybody else.
Yeah.
She doing her thing. She doing it. Oh, get it, Becky. Go, Karen. Go, Karen. You know, she's dropping it down, right? Then her boo come in. Give it to him, bro.
Turn around then. Now wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Nope.
Play dead like.
He said, I'm still getting it in. Is what he's trying to tell you.
Nope. He threw his head back and
that's what you do, Mama Noise. When it be good, you like, oh.
Okay.
They did like.
You throw your head back and be like, oh, I'm in that thing.
Nope. I didn't have that impression.
I got that impression. All men know that move.
We about to put him some work in tonight.
Mama Noise, sometimes be so good, you be like, yes.
Oh my gosh.
It's true, Mama Noise. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
But he still can't come to the picnic.
Why?
Him nor the wife, neither one of them.
Why?
Because her drop it like it's hot is horrible.
Well, we may not let her dance, but they're not good people. They harmless.
Mm-hmm.
And then she didn't mouth the word nigga, so I think they're okay.
Oh my gosh.
But you know she said it in the head.
No, she did.
All right. Ryan's tough, man. I don't know why you gotta be so tough on people.
But he did come from the back room as if to say, damn, she playing my song.
She playing my song. That's my shit.
I mean, for him to be shaking it up, it's like he watched Meg Thee Stallion.
He was like, that's my shit right there. That's my shit.
No. I tell you what. This tops it off. He looks like the dude that was sitting in that church service that you was, and then the Bluetooth came through PA system.
You know, I was watching that the other day, and I said the only people that looked around and looked shocked when the person said nigga was the couple that was in that focused on the video. Everybody else was like, man, I use nigga in the car on the way here.
Not one person turned their head, but the group that was in court.
Not one other person turned their head.
So it was very similar to the crowd at the BYU game.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the guy who did it, and the guy who did the investigation for BYU, I didn't find nothing.
Right. I was gonna say there were no words used that we don't normally use. So they y'all gotta explain this video to me because there's a caption for it, but I don't know if what I saw is what I saw.
Oh gosh.
I'll play it again. So it's supposed to be stuntman training.
I think somebody forgot what they was doing.
Is she really good at her job? Or he clocked the shit out of her. And I'm trying to think, I can't tell if she's really good at her job or not.
Nope, they need a medic.
Jesus.
I'm gonna say she's really good because nobody else moved.
He didn't hit her. There actually the demonstration is showing you how the harness system works. It snatches her at just the right moment that it looks.
Oh yeah, because look,
you don't see it right there. Yeah,
look at that. Because he hadn't completed the turn.
Without the harness system, she couldn't have replicated the impact of that board through her jaw.
Now the harness system yanked the shit out of her.
That's what the board. It symbolizes what the board would do if she'd absorbed the impact of that board.
That's impressive because I mean, in real time, it looked like he tore her face off.
Man.
Whew. All right, good job, Al. That's why I knew we needed Al because Al be knowing shit.
Al's looking at these steak recipes. I might throw some on the grill.
Do you understand? I'm telling you, man.
Oh my
God! I need to put
gosh.
the steak on.
This
next video is dedicated to my guy Anthony Bruce. Anthony Bruce, this is for you.
Jerry Curl. Hey, he's talking. Don't stop. Rock it, Jerry. Hey. Rocking. Jerry Curl.
You here for another answer from man?
No, just some answers.
Nick, Eddie, get this punk out of here.
Back up.
Hey, that's my activator, man.
Back up.
Back up. Okay, now, just put my activator down, man.
Where were you the day Cookie Head got killed?
Right.
I was at the hair salon, man. I was getting my curl done. I was there all day.
Where?
Okay, I wasn't there all day, man. Afterwards, I went out on Crenshaw. I bought me some hair care products, man. I got some activator, some glycerin, and some curl activator, man. And I went down to the beach.
You went down to the beach and you killed Cookie Head Jenkins, didn't you?
No! Yeah, I tried, man. I put the activator down on the board. I wanted to do the slip and fall, but he turned into a breakdance move, man. I swear, I didn't kill him, man.
And that's the truth.
Yes, it's the truth, man. I swear.
You got it. He got it. He did good. He did good. I got to give him credit. He did good. Shout out to Robert Williams. That was good.
That's half of Memphis, Tennessee.
Half of Memphis, Tennessee. Especially the half that work at Crystals. They all.
Oh no.
No, man, they be curling it up in Crystals. That's what I'm
So,
saying.
Ron, what you saying is after your next visit, you can come back with a Jerry Curl?
I ain't never going back.
I ain't never going back.
That is hilarious.
Shout out to Cookie Head Jenkins. That's a classic video right there.
I thought it was your boy from Coming to America, Sexy Chocolate.
Listen.
He could
That's Hollywood Shuffle. That's Hollywood Shuffle.
Oh, okay.
Question: is this child abuse? Now, when I first watched this, I thought it was one of them filters. You know, they've been doing them little videos with the filter spiders. And I'm saying, oh, this is just one of them filter spiders. No, these are real live tarantulas.
Look like giant tarantulas.
Giant tarantulas.
I don't know what the name.
Oh my gosh.
But no, it's not abuse until one of them bite high.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna have to launch an investigation.
Okay. This is very scary. It reminds me of the movie Arachnophobia. From back in the day, and that is you said child abuse. That's parent abuse, because I would have to call the people, because I ain't even gonna be the one. We got to call the people.
I when I saw that video, I was like, I feel like CPS should be called immediately. That's a lot going on right there. Oh,
Right, Captain. They do look like they might be from down under.
Hell? Is that what you're talking about? They from hell?
From the land down under.
Hell. Oh, I thought you were talking about hell.
No, I did not say that.
I didn't know where you was talking about down under. I'm sorry. Apparently, abuse is going on everywhere.
Don't snatch for me because you won't get nothing. Now keep it up.
Give me the food, though.
What? Come on, get your food. Grab it.
You're an asshole.
You're an asshole.
You are an
Oh,
asshole.
well,
You're an fucking asshole.
Bye, asshole.
You're an
Bye.
fucking
I hope your
asshole.
food cold. What you talking? Don't come here.
See, that would never happen at Chick-fil-A.
Wait,
Never
wait,
happen at Chick-fil-A.
wait. Is this the same drive-through?
Same drive-through.
Okay.
Same drive-through.
Old boy girl was just having a bad day, huh?
He was probably just having a bad day. We've all had bad days. It happens. You know, the volume of chicken nuggets that they are asking us to give out on this particular day overwhelms our hearts and minds. And we just respond in a way that we shouldn't. It happens.
You know, that's weird because I thought you was going. When I saw that, you made me think of the video of Chick-fil-A this week of the person that was getting carjacked outside, and one of the those wonderful "We're here to serve you. How may I serve you?" people came outside and interrupted the carjacking.
I didn't know there was a video for that.
All I'm saying is that where is that customer service?
I don't know, but I didn't know there was a video for one you're talking about.
Well, you know.
We after such traumatizing video, I feel like we need another palate cleanser.
Girl, we've been together
Oh,
such
no.
a long, long time.
Yeah.
And when you're near me, my heart does shine.
Yes.
So I've got to ask before we start. It's
Yeah.
a question straight from my heart. Can I see one today? Oh, girl, just give me one today. I just want to see one of your titties, girl.
There it is.
Today.
Mama Noise, on our first date.
Nope.
No, I'm just saying, if I'd have led with that.
Nope.
I feel like it would have worked.
I would not work because that would have made me think that you just as slippery as the rest of them.
Okay, so now on the backside of 23 years, can I sing it to you now? Can I serenade you? Can I see your titty? Ooh. Wow. Mama, you should be a little more amenable to it now.
What?
I'm saying, if I make a request like that now, you should be listening.
That's not a request that you making in the privacy of our own home.
I'm not saying you got to do it right this minute, but
it wasn't gonna be.
Send me a text message or something. Say absolutely, sir. Because your wife would oblige you if you made that request now, right? Not on air, but I'm saying
no.
Under any circumstance, like you couldn't just be in the kitchen, just the two of you, and you'd be like, "Girl, I'm
all the freak that existed in my wife is now gone.
Gone?
She did it all between the ages of 20 and 40.
You can defreak
50, her freak gone.
Wow.
You know, I'm kind of glad it is.
I didn't know you could defreak.
Oh wow, there's that.
Yeah, you can grow out of it.
Wow.
Sometimes you a hoe for a season. Sometimes you're a hoe for a reason. But you
But
don't
you're
have to
saying
be.
these will last forever.
You don't have to be a hoe for a lifetime.
Unless you want to be. Wow. All right. Well,
wow.
We've given a lesson to somebody tonight. We've helped somebody already.
Did we?
Yeah, that's
I
good
don't think we
news.
helped
Mama
somebody.
Noise, that's good news. Somebody got
You
delivered.
just basically said that after 50, there's no more creativity.
Didn't say that.
That's what it sounded like.
I'll take reason for 5,000, Alex.
Mm.
I don't want it to just be for a season. I'll take reason for 5,000.
Mm.
I think you should maintain your freedom forever.
Exactly.
Let your freak flag fly forever.
That's exactly.
I concur, and I'm over 50.
Maybe you don't. Maybe you're not as frequent as you used to. But you know, you should always know how to let your freak flag fly if necessary.
Well, I mean, there's a time, season for it.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I'm thankful God allowed me to marry who I married because I've done all that I needed to do.
I mean,
after you've done all you can,
clearly,
you just use your hand.
Oh my goodness, what just happened?
Ruined it.
I'm not against hand usage.
Listen, some people keep their freak flag going forever.
I'm also not against.
Oh, TikTok, you suck. I'm sick of you.
I'm also not against toys in the bedroom after a certain age.
Just you and the toy, or you, your spouse, and the toy?
What is your role with the toy? I'm just now I'm awake. What is your role with the toy? Are you holding the toy in as a representation of yourself? Are you
recipient of
the toy? I'm here to bless you with this little exertion from me.
This is taking a dark turn. So you're saying,
what we have to come to terms with as men and women, when you get older, you have to figure out ways to have sex differently. And that's the reality. Whether you are there mentally or not right now, that's up to you. But you have to learn different ways to have sex as you get older. Because that what you used to do, you won't be able to continue to do, especially not as frequent. So if I can take you there without having to do certain things, or you can take me there without having to do certain things, then that should be invited.
okay. So you're saying the brother that can't get it up, you may have to strap it up.
I didn't say that. I never.
I'm trying to understand where we're going with this.
Never said that.
Like what's the are they in the boundaries?
There could be erection issues. There could be dryness issues. But there can also be lack of desire issues on one partner's part or the other.
So at that point,
you should be able to still have a desire to please them, even though you don't have a desire to do all that it takes to please them.
So do you, in that regard, to what you're saying, sir, and this is very fascinating conversation, should that person, should there be any limitations, I guess is what I'm saying? Should they if they say, well, listen, I know you can't get it up. Can you strap up so that I can just, get the stimulation? I'm just asking questions.
Sound like you struck a nerve.
You think a man should strap on?
I mean, if he's having issues, you got to bring in a pinch hitter. Either that.
He need to go to the store and buy some different toys. But if that's up to him, if he wants to strap on, I don't know how that works. But if he wants,
he's trying to help her out. It ain't about him.
Hey, if he wants to strap on for her pleasure, then he should do.
Well, it's not about him. She's saying, I want to feel something similar. It's like when you go vegan, you get Impossible meat.
Nope.
Well, you don't have to strap on for her to feel something similar.
That's your interpretation, Jay. I'm saying it to her. She might be like, I want to feel something long, hard, and strong.
She can still feel something long, hard, and strong. You ain't got to strap it on. But now listen.
But she also may want to feel your skin.
All I'm saying for the listening audience and for those that are willing to,
I don't understand the strap-on audience anyway, so I don't get it.
Those that are willing to accept the inevitable, you will have to make adjustments as you age with your sex life. It may be sooner rather than later, or it may be later, but you're going to have to embrace doing something different than what you used to do to help your partner get to where they want to go.
I love the wise, sage-like advice that you're giving to orgasms. It's really funny.
It's true.
They said it wasn't true. I just said it was funny. Look, Catherine agreed.
You don't have to receive it, but it's true.
No, nobody's saying they don't receive it. They're saying we're trying to understand. We're trying to understand. Adjustments must be made. That's what you're saying.
Really
I understand. I understand. You got to have each other's back in the time of need. In Spanish TV, they kind of let everything go.
Why the zipper buzz?
Because it was already, and she got no draws on, just drawless.
Well, she didn't want a panty line to show.
You know, some people watch Hispanic television just because they're so carefree.
They carefree now. One thing I've learned about my Hispanic brothers and sisters, they do not give a damn. They do not care.
Nope.
Telemundo.
Why are we in America?
Religion.
You didn't even get that out, did you?
You ain't got to. It's religion.
Yeah, we already had that conversation.
But aren't Hispanic people thought to be a very religious people as well with Catholicism?
Well, Catholicism is different than that personal thing that we call ourselves having with the Lord Savior Jesus Christ.
And what's the other thing they love? What's the other thing?
They are very traditionalist when it comes to religion. They do their Hail Marys and then they go get drunk.
It's like they're covered.
Interesting.
That's it. That's very true.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have the same. They definitely don't have the same hangups that we have.
No.
In fact, no other people have the same hangups than we have.
Well, only those theocracies, the Kuwaitis, the Saudi Arabians, the Iranians, they have a lot of hangups.
Yeah,
but the rest of the free world does not have hangups that we have.
That's why songs like this can't be appreciated in the church.
For Jesus, keep the Lord in mind. When you dirty wine, drop it for Jesus. In the club, shake it to the floor and showing love.
Showing love.
I'm on the grind. mind.
Right.
For my sins he died.
Hallelujah.
Cause I know I'll be at the pearly gates for show. I'll be in the number when the trumpet starts to blow.
Yeah.
But tonight I gotta drop it low.
But tonight I gotta drop it low. That's what she's saying, Mama Noise. Why can't you accept it?
I won't. I don't
She
like
it. She know, Mama Noise. She said she knows she gonna be in the line.
I'm not gonna comment on that.
That's what she said, Mama Noise. You doubting her? You know for sure she ain't. Now. I bet
she has good chances in him.
You got good chance in him, Mama Noise.
For the Bible says,
Come on,
the
preacher.
righteous scarcely make it.
Why do we as Christians care how other people praise the Lord?
Come on now.
Why do we?
Because we want to feel comfortable.
Right.
Just like them old ladies covered up your skirt because they thought it was too low while you was praising the Lord, Mama Noise.
I wasn't dropping it for Jesus.
You right. That's my point. You wasn't doing nothing but praising the Lord your way, and they didn't like it, so they wanted to make themselves feel more comfortable. And now you have become them.
Really? Lies.
You won't let that girl drop it low for Jesus with twerking?
Listen. That was a very powerful statement you just made, Mr. NOIZ.
Oh,
and I'm not talking about Mama NOIZ in particular.
That's okay. You're feeding it, so that's fine.
It's real easy to become the majority. You have experienced oppression as the minority. It's real easy to forget the pain and the resentment that you felt. Once you become the majority, it's real easy to discriminate against other people. It's almost second nature.
Listen, I give that sister the love that she deserves on this show because she has found her lane of expression. It may not be my lane, but it's her lane. They dropping it low for Jesus. Now, eventually, they may not want to drop it low for Jesus.
They ain't gonna be able to drop it low for Jesus.
Right.
Them knees gonna say, "What you doing?"
That's all we saying, Mama Noise. You gotta meet people where they are. Mama Noise done went silent on us.
You do know in some circles.
Ron, I played your song tonight.
Mama Noise, you do know in some circles the Holy Ghost dancing that we do and all the shouting that we do, they consider that to be foolishness.
Getting low for Jesus.
That's right, bro. I got you.
What are you doing? Why? Why are you doing all that?
All that bucking, they call it bucking.
Jumping and a running and a foaming at the mouth and a spitting and a shitting the can.
It don't take all that.
Don't take all that.
And some of us say I wouldn't have a religion I couldn't feel sometimes.
Make you move, make you own.
Come on now. So it's a process, Mama. No, that's all we're saying.
It really is.
Dropping
it low for Jesus is not for me. It's not for me.
It's not for you. See, you don't want to drop it low for Jesus. So he agrees with you, Mama Noise, but he's not willing to throw him under the bus.
No, I mean, to each his own as to how you want to give honor and praise to the Lord. Each his own.
So what's the difference between dropping it low and running down the aisle and falling down?
Well, running for Jesus and dropping it low for Jesus are two very different expressions, Ron.
There is?
Yeah. Running for Jesus, you get musty.
And
whereas dropping low for Jesus,
you also
deacon board can't stand up.
Well, they both involve endurance.
They both involve endurance, is what we're saying.
That song says, "I've been running for Jesus a long time, and I'm not tired yet."
I'm not tired yet. That's a great question, Anthony Bruce. He said, "Why do we fake like we have sexual hangups when we've been doing everything for years? We do come to the church house and get reborn with our thought process, don't we?"
We are very fake with it. Very fake.
So
them women be coming in like
So
they had just sucked the penis.
Are getting ready to go suck it.
Right. By the way, Mama Noise, will you allow us just a moment? I know we got just a little more picnic of pass to do, but will you allow us just a moment? Because I promised the people this last night, and I'd like to be a man of my word. Jay brought up a very good subject last night in regards to apologies, if you will, that needed to be given really on behalf of all men, actually. Some of us entered the realm of oral sex unbeknownst to the requirements and or circumstances by which were involved in this particular area of sexual expression. And when we did this, there were casualties along the way. There were women who were probably embarrassed by us because of our lack of understanding and ignorance to our reactions to what we encountered for the very first time. We were very unfamiliar, and we would just like to. I think I can safely say this, Al and Ron. If you do not agree, feel free to, rebut this. But I feel like I can safely say on behalf of all of us, we apologize. We were not aware that the requirements early on would require us to experience you in that way, and we didn't know what we were getting into. We didn't know. I didn't know it was going to smell like that the first time. No, I'm saying I'm saying I didn't know. And when I found out, I was taken aback.
So your issue was the smell initially, the first one?
Well, it caught me off guard. It was pungent, and I wasn't prepared for the pungent.
Yep.
I wasn't prepared for the smell.
Not a word. So it was good enough to stick, but not good enough to lick.
Well, I didn't have to stick. I didn't have to lick it. I just had to stick it. Those are two different heads. But also, right. But also, I was also not aware of the taste of it.
Can you describe the taste the first time?
Oh my! I have to say, well, because I didn't know that I, being the taster, needed to inform the tasted that there needed to be a cleansing process prior to. So I just dove off in that, you know what I'm saying? And it was not pleasant. It was not pleasant.
That's powerful because technically, depending on what age you were, you both were ignorant as to what
we both were ignorant. Right. I had never tasted, and she had never been tasted. So we were both coming in hot. And so I will admit it did not go well. My commitment to it was not very high after the initial sample. It's kind of like a moment at Sam's Club when you go around and taste something, you say, "Oh no, I don't want to buy that." That's how I felt.
It's kind of like the first time you drink beer. Beer ain't the best tasting drink in the world.
Not initially, no.
Not initially.
Not initially, no. It is a hey, Dr. Smith, how you doing? We're just having an open conversation, and we're trying to do it in a very respectful manner because it's late night, you know.
Well, listen.
Do I stand alone in this? Am I standing alone in this, or what?
I'm with you.
Okay.
I'll be where you at.
No comment.
Live it down. Ron, where you at?
Away from his computer, it looked like.
No,
Oh, yeah. He having some technical issues. So there you go.
Ron, I'll be there's no comment because of what?
I just simply don't have a comment.
So you didn't have a first time? You can't remember what that first time was like?
I do remember. I do remember.
Did it surprise you? Was it what you thought it was going to be, or were you caught off guard?
That would be a comment, and I've stated that I have none.
How much?
And Bruce said you got to eat. Well, yeah, but see, I wasn't aware that there needed to be a shower process.
Right. That's a part of it.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't.
You had to learn that. Most of us didn't know that the very first time.
I didn't know that.
And I dare say many girls didn't know that. I'm not saying women. I'm saying young ladies didn't know that the very first time either.
Right. So that's all I was saying.
Mama Noise, what say you?
What say me what?
This is a conversation that we're having about adults.
Y'all the Negroes that was like, well, we want to pick up where we left off yesterday.
No, that is not what we're talking about.
Oh, damn.
Wait a minute, dude. Shit, hell.
That is not what we're talking about. I want to be very clear to our listening audience. That is not the subject matter that is on the table currently.
All he came in, all he heard was you had to wash it, and
right.
That's a totally different angle.
You should be watching that all the time anyway.
Literally, that is a totally different angle.
That is actually a totally different angle. Yeah, that's correct.
Get you off guard.
Oh, Lord.
The purpose of the conversation is we all learn. And sometimes in the learning process, you leave casualties behind.
Right.
There are plenty of young ladies whose self-esteem was really hurt by a young man that approached that the wrong way. Now, if she was inexperienced and she was dealing with an experienced Negro, that's a different story. But if you had two inexperienced people, there was probably some casualties there because he probably made her feel unclean. And there is nothing that I can think of more intimate than oral sex.
I agree.
That's peculiar.
Why is that peculiar, Mama Noise?
Your little half statements. Why don't you go and say what you got to say?
Well, give us a chance.
Oh, you need to calm down, Mississippi.
Goodness gracious.
That's peculiar. What do you mean?
Because you're saying that you can't think of nothing more intimate.
There is nothing more.
And if there's a woman that has, you said, well, now I don't want a woman that got too much experience. But then you up there talking about the other day about pushing her head down and all that type of stuff. And it's like, okay. And if she's not experienced, then
wait. I didn't say nothing about pushing the head down.
No, that was Jay. Jay was the one talking about pushing the head down and all that stuff. I'm saying simply, you 1 minute you're saying you want somebody who wants to do that, then you're saying, well, don't want her to have too much experience, and then you're saying, well, she got to at least be. So it's almost like a no-win situation, but yet it's such an intimate experience.
I think what I discovered in it is that it's an experience that should and must be done through the confines of marriage. That's what I think I learned from it. I don't think that's something that should be done all willy-nilly. That's the biggest thing I learned.
That ain't what the young folks are doing nowadays.
I know it's not what they're doing now, but I think that's the way it should be. I think you playing with dangerous game,
Well,
doing it the other way.
it was really a big deal in youth ministry because youth were saying we wanted to keep our virginity. So I understand that oral sex was one way to keep it.
Which is not true at all.
So it was like, where did you get that information?
Well, if I lick it and don't stick it, I'm not penetrating.
It's literally called oral sex. That's literally it's literally in the title. What are we talking about right now?
But until you penetrate her, she's still a virgin.
You are penetrating her. You're putting something in her mouth. She's putting something in your mouth.
Wait now, shit. I'm 53. You about to teach me something? Hold on. I'm talking about. I can't think of the term because I'm from Mississippi. We didn't have
the word you're looking for is breaking the hymen. I get it. I understand.
That's the word I was looking for. That's the word. Thank you.
I understand the technicalness of what most people are trying to say, but let's not act like it's not true.
But until that's done, she's still a virgin.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I believe that.
If she plays with herself, is she still a virgin? Without penetrating herself, is she still a virgin?
Dr. Smith, why aren't you on here to have this conversation?
He's at a gathering.
Oh, okay, never mind. I think once you have reached a climactic state, whether you did it solo or otherwise, you have lost all aspects of your virginal self.
You don't believe that. You don't believe that.
I don't know if I agree with that.
No, you don't believe that.
Oh wow!
I think your innocence is gone.
Is it?
So the man that's 40 years old that's never had sex with a woman that sits in his basement and jacks his meat, he's not a virgin?
40-year-old
about him? What's virgin about him?
He don't know a woman. Even the Bible talks about when you know someone like
that night making pancake butter.
Nope. Look, you done got out. Leave the screen. See that?
I'm sorry, I mean it.
I'm simply saying, even the scripture talks about when you know a woman, that's when she loses her virginity. So you don't know a woman if you a 40-year-old man and ain't had no sex with a woman.
You're still a virgin, Mr. NOIZ. Come on now. We're not really discussing this always. Seriously.
Somebody lost his innocence. What? Because he's a 40-year-old man, he still don't know what to do?
We trying to act like a dude that's in there beating it off for 20 years.
All you men on here can speak on when you didn't know what you was doing.
Y'all don't think there's levels to this?
Come on.
I'm asking. Y'all don't think there's levels to this?
So you think the orgasm itself means that you are no longer a virgin? So the wet dream means that you're no longer a virgin?
I ain't saying nothing about no wet dream.
Well, that's
a word of it. The same difference.
I don't think that's the same thing. I think y'all just trying to move. I think y'all trying to move the goalpost. Y'all trying to move the goalpost.
I'm just saying.
Wow, moving the goalpost. Okay. Interesting.
Listen, no, you're not really standing on that argument for real, are you?
He really is.
No.
Okay.
He ain't saying that.
Ron and Al, y'all too quiet for me tonight.
I don't know, bro. That's
at least comment on this part. Do you think they're a virgin, Al?
So if she was penetrated with a toy, does that still consider her a virgin?
Well, I believe once the hymen is broken, then she's no longer a virgin.
But if you penetrate with a toy,
that generally doesn't break it. Unless you're
can.
using something,
Toys are different today.
unless you're using that monster stuff, then it's a whole different
That's what I'm trying to tell you, Mama. No, these toys are different today. They big.
I that's why I said if it's not that monster. What, Al? I can't hear you.
but girls complain
Let's keep
about
it
gas.
real. Most men are smaller than your average toy anyway.
Exactly.
So there's more likelihood that a toy is going to sever her hymen than a man's penis.
I'm just saying, I don't think there's as many. Now, if you want to say there are a lot of women out here who have been penetrated, okay, maybe not. Not, but not man, actual human man to woman, maybe not. But come on.
But Mr. NOIZ, if we're using the orgasm as the rule, then some women screw for a lifetime and never have an orgasm. Are they virgins?
I didn't use the orgasm as a tool. You did. I said there are women out here self-gratifying and men out here self-gratifying. And if they're self-gratifying, that kind of eliminates some of the, and oral sex it's like it says in the title, it's called oral sex for a reason.
So why are you
It is a form of sex.
So why are you saying I use the orgasm and not you?
Because I'm saying it's when you start to experiment, you start to move the line of what a virgin is.
Can I be a virgin as a man if I've been pleasing myself and never been with a woman? Am I a virgin? That's a simple.
But for females, it's breaking the whatever
Well,
y'all can't.
for females, it's the hymen, right? It's the hymen.
But what is it? But what is it for men? There's nothing you breaking. It's just skin to skin.
It can't be the nut, Ron, because we start
So it's
having.
nothing but it's just skin to skin. It's skin to skin contact.
He has to have, right? I mean, we got to at least have had a hair at some point.
So so technically, if he has oral sex, he's no longer a virgin.
That ain't had a hair, unless you're talking about the hair on your chin.
But we just talking about the straight sex. So whether he penetrate her normally or he penetrates another hole, technically,
there is more than one.
He's not a virgin.
So what are you saying, Ron? God damn it, just
If he gets oral sex, he's not a virgin. So if there's nothing for a man to break other than him going into her, why isn't that if he busts a nut by jacking off, why is he still considered a virgin? Because it's only flesh to flesh for a guy.
I'll be back. I'm going to get another beer. Y'all talking some crazy shit tonight. Al B, you want to give us your heads up so before I go get another? God damn, Al B. Thinking, man, can a 40-year-old man be a virgin if he's?
Sir, I am neither a psychologist or a biologist. I unfortunately, there are more than there's more than one opinion. You know what I mean? I think physically, biologically, yes. By rupturing the hymen, yes, virginity no longer exists. But I also think that it's a individual's mindset. If they've not given of themselves in that manner, then they can still consider themselves a virgin. I don't think there is a standard definition of when you've lost your virginity. Lloyd said it kind of adversely in his statement, innocence being lost. Well, if you've been sexually penetrated, but in your mind you have not lost your innocence, you may still be a virgin.
Christian girls who have had sex and then find the Lord reclaim their virginity all the time.
I mean, you look at the Amish, with their tactics of soaking. In their mindset, they're not gyrating on one another. They're just putting it in, letting it sit there.
Right. I'm just letting it sit there. I'm marinating.
Let it marinate.
They are still virgins.
Right.
I have never heard of this.
You never heard of had you paid attention? We've discussed it on this show before.
We have. We really have.
Soaking, Soaking.
I've still never heard of it.
Mama, no, you don't be paying attention sometimes.
I was paying attention, but I didn't hear that part.
Like I said.
I got another one because this shit here is thick.
I think that's a great answer, Al. B.
What did Al say? I missed it.
You didn't miss anything.
He said, and that's kind of what I was alluding to, and Al just said it way better than I did.
Just make him watch it in the playback.
The definition of virgin has grossly changed. It is not just the penetration, the sexual intercourse anymore, the simplicity of sexual intercourse anymore. It can't be, because there are too many. We've moved the line too far away, and now all of a sudden it is as psychological as it is physical, because there are people that are reclaiming their virginity after conversion to Christ, and there are others, like you said, Al, the Amish out here. If I just put the tip in and don't move, I'm not technically having sex. And
is that what they think?
They think if you put it in but don't move, they call that soaking. That's what Al was talking about.
Just because a woman wears a white dress on the second go around doesn't mean she's a virgin.
The Lord has cleansed her from her past.
Not that she's pure.
All her sins have been washed away.
Mm-hmm.
And all the women in the audience sitting there watching her wear that white dress on her second time around, gonna be whispering to each other. Yeah, that heifer ain't.
Just because they whisper don't make them right. That don't make them right.
Because we know the rules. We know the rules.
It don't matter what they think.
Don't matter what they think.
That's what, like Al was saying. Al was saying that it depends on the individual. So if that individual says that I know what I've done in a certain part of my life, but then all these years I have been with no one, and then when I finally get married, I want to wear a white dress, then
so if your
stretch your hands right now, let's just sing it together. I am free.
So if your daughter, and I don't mean you all daughters, I'm saying if your daughter as a man comes to you and tells you that
if your daughter as a man,
put down the bottle. Where's the water?
If your daughter comes to you as a man, I don't want to make it personal to each one of us as individuals.
Oh, I got you.
You are a man with a daughter.
Okay.
This honor ain't affecting me. You the one taking it to the head, mama.
Well, I'm trying to understand, Mississippi.
Oh, damn.
I want to say, if you are a man, and you a man, and your daughter came to you and told you, Daddy, I'm out here sucking dicks. I'm sucking these dicks, but Daddy.
Oh my God!
Daddy, I'm not having sex though. I'm just sucking dicks.
What are you doing?
So because she believes in her heart that she's not having sex, she's out there just sucking dicks. Are you gonna buy that as a father as rational? Just because people have changed the definition of doesn't make it a reality.
I don't understand what you just said at all.
I completely don't understand because
me neither.
I don't see.
Did Bill Clinton have sexual relations? Did Bill Clinton have sexual relations with that woman?
Yes.
Yeah,
oral sex.
Okay, then that's what I'm talking about. But Bill
What
said
does that got to do with virginity?
talking
I
about?
didn't have sexual relations with that woman. That's what Bill said. Bill was talking about I didn't screw that woman.
Mm-hmm.
But Bill had sexual relationship with that woman.
Right.
We know that.
But that's what we're saying. It's not the definition of what is sex is tremendously changed. It's not what it used to be. It ain't just as simple as I penetrated you vaginally and that's it. Man, sex could be a lot of different things. The little girl you fingered in church, you had sex with her. The little girl, not you personally, but I'm saying, well, maybe you personally. I don't know.
You don't offend me about my past.
I'm not offending you. I'm saying in general.
I know
the girl. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not offending you, Dos Equis. I'm saying, I'm saying anybody who is doing sexual things, that's a form of sex. I mean, we can try to move the line if we want to, but or not move the line if we don't want to. But the reality is that's true. I know it probably makes us all feel uncomfortable, but it's true.
Y'all gonna watch the funeral tomorrow? I mean,
Whose
Monday.
funeral?
Whose funeral?
You talking about the Queen?
You know that 96-year-old Queen.
I already sat through a 10-hour funeral. I'm not going to sit through another one.
And why would I watch it?
Isn't that going to be like at 6 o'clock in the morning?
Oh, Lord. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I'm not getting up to watch
Well,
that.
it might be 6 for y'all. It's fine for us.
I'll be driving the school bus. Sorry.
Lord, you got a whole drop for that.
Hell no. Can't do
I have
that.
several drops for that. You would like this one, I think.
Hell no, can't do that.
And then I think Mama Noise was.
Okay.
So
I find the pumping circumstance very, very interesting.
Mm-hmm. You also put in funeral or cemeteries into your itinerary as you travel, so we can fully understand your
That's true.
attraction to death and funerals and all that.
Right.
I tell you one thing though, some of the most interesting graves I've ever seen in my life was when I was in England. Those royals and well-off people, because some people paid to be buried in Westminster. They were not necessarily royals. I find those graves in those churches very interesting. Yeah, I do.
I agree with Anthony Bruce. I've watched the King of Pop and the Queen of Soul, so I'm all royaled out.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, just a serious question. Why would I need to watch that? What would be the point of me watching that?
It's not a matter of need. That's not what we're saying. There is no need to watch it.
Okay.
It's just that I find it interesting how I'm a very I love to observe other people's cultures.
What is it about this that you find fascinating?
Because I was raised in Mississippi in a very narrow-minded way, which is the Christian way, straight and narrow. When I joined the Army, I got to experience other cultures that were not necessarily raised the way I was raised. And it taught me a lesson that which I was taught may have been right for us, but that doesn't make it necessarily right for everybody else. So I just love to experience other people's cultures. Whatever country I've gone to, I immerse myself into that culture.
That's fair.
And got to experience it. And I just find the English way of monarchy very easy, very interesting.
All joking aside, Jay, I too enjoy the novelty, the pomp and circumstance of the royal ceremonies. I watched Charles and Diana's wedding. I watched Harry and Meghan's wedding. However, I will not set aside my day. Now, I will enjoy watching the clips and everything that later down the line, but I do. I enjoyed watching Harry and Meghan and Charles and Diana, and even what was the redhead? Fergie,
yeah.
Yeah. So I enjoyed it.
It's all rather interesting how they treat those people and how those people are. It's just interesting. I've had the privilege of going over to England and touring the castles, Windsor Castle and Buckingham Palace, and so forth and so on. And it's like, damn, it's amazing to me. But I would say this too: our form of religion is closely tied to the English church.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Very little difference. Very little difference.
Good and bad of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, good and bad. Yeah. I have never been enamored with any of it. Although I will be, I guess, paying a little attention to what happens with this. Because I guess he has to officially be given the title of king, even though he is the king. But isn't there like a ceremony at some point they're gonna have for him?
Like an ordination?
Yeah,
not ordination, but
coronation.
Coronation, that's the word you're looking
Yeah.
for.
Oh, yeah. That's gonna happen. But he is the king. It's in his bloodline.
That's protocol.
Oh yeah.
Next man up.
It was like it is here at the presidency. Like we was watching what was that? West Wing, and it was like, okay, the president's gonna be sedated. Who is in control of the country?
Well, it's not quite like that, because with that, there's a lot of legalities and paperwork, and we have some stuff written in the Constitution in the 25th Amendment, but it's a little more complicated because it has nothing to do with bloodline or anything like that. It just has to do with
Not
the job.
exactly, but what I'm simply saying is that there has to be somebody that's running it once the queen took her last breath.
Well, let me be clear: the king don't run shit. He does. He's at this point in his. He doesn't, Mama Noise. He doesn't have any political power.
Technically, the royals don't have any
anymore.
power at all anymore.
Right, not anymore.
Yeah.
It's all just traditional pomp and circumstance, but the parliament runs the country.
Well, I would say this. I agree with what you're saying and where you guys are going at, but they actually do have power. They can, in conversation, though they're not political, they can, in conversation, affect the prime minister.
Yeah, I mean,
how he goes and what he does to a degree. I mean, you understand what I'm saying?
I do.
But even in England, the prime minister, who would be the equivalent of our president,
right,
has less power than the president of the United States.
Right.
Correct.
Their parliament actually has a ton of power. Like their voting numbers, they have a ton of power.
It's very different.
So it's set up very differently. Yeah.
So on Inauguration Day in the United States, before the president raises his hands and swears for God, if something happened that swearing in did not take place, and the president of the United States needed to act, who's president?
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Say that one more time, because I think I heard it, but I just want to make sure I heard it.
Inauguration Day.
Inauguration Day. He's about to be inaugurated.
Right. He has not raised his hand and swore for God.
Right.
something happens in this country and the president of the United States needs to act. Who's president?
The outgoing president is still president.
Stephan, Speaker of the House.
No.
No, it's still the outgoing
president.
president.
Still president.
They said they're doing Trump's campaign.
Right. The outgoing president is still president until the actual acceptance and transfer of power. So if something were to happen at 11:57, because it's supposed to happen at 12:01. So if something happened at 11:57 in Utah, a train went off the track with nuclear whatever, and it fell between Utah and Colorado, and somebody had to make a decision as to who was responsible for it, what state was responsible for it. And they said, well, Mr. President, we want you to make the call. The outgoing president would make that call.
So, question, you said 12 o'clock. So is the president sworn in at 12 o'clock, and the ceremony that takes place on the Capitol, that's just a formality? He's already been sworn in at 12 o'clock?
Well, historically, they've tried to line up the timing of it to be 12 o'clock so that it would hit all at the same time. Like, that's why it's so procedural about them coming out to sit down and who plays and what time they get there and all that stuff. Because it's supposed to be timed to the minute.
That's not 12 a.m. when all that takes place.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Not 12 a.m., 12 p.m.
Oh, in the afternoon.
12 p.m.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Gotcha.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
I was just confused by that.
Right. I got you. Yeah. 12 p.m. is what time is supposed to take place. So they typically get it right every time. They don't typically mess it up. So
Well, they almost messed it up on this last one because he was sure close to making sure he kept power.
Well, you're talking about the January 6th. That was a whole nother.
I agree with Anthony Bruce. Call me back.
That has never happened ever in the history of our country. So that was weird, but you're right.
You know what's ironic? I don't know if you've read this in the news, but they said right after Queen Elizabeth took her last breath, I believe it was South Africa that wants the Star of Africa back. The largest in the world.
It's a diamond.
Diamond.
It's a diamond.
They've been having it on the two of them. One of them is the Star of Africa. I can't remember the second one, but they are the two largest diamonds in the world. One of them's like 500 carats, and they're the two largest ones in the world. And one is on the Queen's crown, and one is on her scepter. And they're like, we want it back, and especially since y'all stole it. It's not like you asked for permission.
I thought you was going to say after her last breath, there was a recording of Charles saying about time.
He waited a long time.
That's where you were going with that.
He waited a long time. I got to hit you with the button now. That was funny, but I got to hit you.
Damn.
That was a weird position to be in. Knowing that you couldn't rise to the office that you wanted and the power that you wanted until your mama died. That was a weird position to be in.
That is a weird position to be in.
Yeah.
And
do
then
you want it that bad? Do you want it that bad?
And the fact that it seems like your mama won't die.
Like you gonna mess around and die before she does.
I mean,
now I can see Camilla on the other hand, thinking to herself and maybe saying to him every now and then, when is she gonna die? So you can.
I thought I was gonna be queen.
Yeah.
When we were sneaking around, you had promised me that I would be queen. and now it don't look like I'm ever gonna be queen.
At this rate, we gonna die before her.
It was a neck and neck race. I think she beat her by lace front.
So Charlie's her only kid?
No, she actually has another son, but that nigga crazy.
She has 3 sons.
Is it 3? Okay, I know one of the sons. Matter of fact, I think Charles is not even the oldest, is he?
Was it Andrew?
Oldest.
Yeah, Charles is
Is
the
he the
oldest.
oldest? Okay, one of the sons
He
is
has
crazy.
to be the oldest, or it wouldn't go to him.
Yeah.
One of the sons is crazy.
It don't make any difference, crazy or not. He would be the king.
Andrew is the host.
Okay, Andrew is the one who was with Epstein.
Right.
They were all hoes, wasn't they?
Yeah, but not of them with Epstein. All of them was with Epstein. He's with Epstein, and they had the pictures, and it's all in
What do you mean he was with Epstein? Like he was sleeping with Epstein?
No, he was hanging out over on the island.
On that
He was on the island with Epstein. I didn't know y'all kept saying with.
He was a
So
freak
today that
of
means something different.
meaning that he has a certain appetite for younger women.
But he was like Shaggy. It wasn't me.
But for those of us who have watched Game of Thrones, that's Shaggy. Oh my God. I had to pause. But for those of us who watch Game of Thrones, we know that sleeping down at age ain't new to royal activities.
Yeah. Well, that's what
this new Game of Thrones is off the chain already. They're doing some wild shit.
Well, apparently that island is Game of Thrones. Whatever, anything goes.
Nah, Mama knows that Allen is the Playboy penthouse. That's what that is.
Yeah.
If you're born into power and money, and you never really have to aspire to anything, you got everything that you could ever want. How do you stop yourself from becoming? I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but you have to work hard to not become an Andrew because you're bored. I mean, what do you have to do? You don't have to work.
No.
You don't have to fight for anything. You just it's all given to you. It's all given to you.
You just made me want to do something real quick while we
but there's still a code of ethics that you still supposed to live by, being that you're that royalty.
I agree with that, but you give a man all the power and money in the world, and then you figure out who he really is.
Yeah, because back in the day, they would have cut his damn head off for doing this stupid shit.
Not a royal.
Yeah, they would have. One of the other royals would have killed him.
Niggas have died for less.
Them same royals make stuff disappear. Hear me? At first, he was in the news talking about is Prince Andrew involved with Epstein? Here's pictures of him and this young girl that said, "Yeah, I was with him." All of a sudden, spin control disappeared.
The Queen had $42 billion in assets and inherited $500 million.
Hell, dude, the Star Africa diamond is 530 carats. And the little scepter that she has, and then the other diamond she had is 545 carats.
But what do they do? Like they don't do nothing.
She's rich. Well, they own a lot of real estate.
Shit, I guess Oprah's a queen too. Then
that's where a lot of the money comes from. They are given money by the state, but they also own a lot of real estate.
And she been queen for 70 years.
But you have to think, Lloyd, the property that belongs to the royals from centuries and centuries and centuries.
That's true.
You know, the land that they've acquired.
That's true.
You know, they may not have political control or may not, but they still own that land, that property.
Which is a form of control.
Grants from countries,
right?
Not people, but countries.
Which is a form of control, because for all we know, they own Parliament, the building that is Parliament.
And listen, Windsor Castle in England, we went and toured that one. Man, shit hell, seriously. God, I mean, it makes the Pope want to cuss. God damn. Man, you talking about beautiful, just an amazing place that's just, it's over the top amazing. Buckingham Palace, yeah, that's the government. I mean, that's not the government. That's the home of the royals.
That's the crib.
Official residence. But Windsor, man, the real estate they own is damn near priceless.
Mm. Well, I guess that makes you powerful. If you are worth $42 billion, you powerful.
And you never worked.
But you would have thought she was more than 42 billion, though.
I didn't know what it was, Ryan. I really didn't. I'm telling you.
Why would you think more?
Well, you gotta think there's still countries that still pay them from all the different wars they were in, all the slave trades, and all that stuff they was getting. So there's a lot of countries that still owe the royals money.
Right. It's historical wealth. It's historical wealth. It's not just,
I don't know how that works either, because a lot of countries that they colonized are poor countries. So I don't know necessarily how
they are now, but they wasn't in.
Yeah. But even those poor countries are still paying tariffs and taxes and all that. So
but does it go to the royals, you think? I don't know how.
Yeah, they still own those. More likely they still own a lot of that.
Because in the Bahamas still under the rule technically of England.
Yeah, they was tore up. It was
such
such a big deal where you had some people that was like, why are we in mourning because this chick is dead? Because they were like, look at how much control that they've had for years.
And that part I don't quite understand either, because supposedly those countries have their independence from England, but yet they're still under the crown.
Yeah, they're under the crown of some sort, some way.
Yeah, you know how because like we have our freedom, but we still have the Constitution.
Hilarious. That's hilarious.
This says that we're half. It's not a half. What's the percentage of a human being?
We're 3/5 of a person.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's interesting. Well, I guess I said all that to simply say I probably won't watch the funeral, because it's gonna be long as hell.
Oh well, yeah, but I just find it interesting. I think.
Biden's speech by itself is going to be long. He's going to have, first of all, it's going to take him 20 minutes just to remember what he had to say.
No, we're not.
You think he's going to speak?
Of course, he's the leader of the free world. He got to say something.
He's a guest passer.
Right, he got to say something.
I don't know if he's going to speak. I don't know.
He gonna say something.
I think they're gonna have it like a resolution.
I would love to hear somebody like T.D. Jakes speak.
Well, you remember, we kind of sort of remember Diana's wedding. I mean, not wedding, funeral.
A funeral, yeah.
Did Americans speak at Diana's funeral?
I don't remember her funeral.
I don't remember her. I don't remember if Americans spoke, but I know when your girl got married, Americans spoke. Megan.
The only part of Diana's funeral, the actual funeral that I remember, is Elton John singing that song.
Oh, the Wind song. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mute it out.
Apparently, you're going to hear it Monday. Apparently, it's going to be.
You going to sing it again?
In some capacity, I heard it was in the.
But now that song talking about something about being gone too soon or something, or I forgot how the song went.
You gotta take that part out.
Stop it.
You can't say that shit about her now.
You can't put that part in there. You can't put that in there. That part wouldn't be true.
You want to say about instead of too soon.
It'd be more like I'll be damned. It'd be like that.
Lord.
I want to hear an American pastor speak. Similar to this.
I speak to Creflo. How you doing, Creflo? Reverend Mo money. No, niggas, ain't no hey, how you doing, motherfucker? What is you doing? Around here telling people that they shouldn't tithe no more and tithing. Nigga, I'll slap the shit out you. No, I'm up here trying to deliver my grandbaby. Niggas calling me, telling me something. Did you see what Creflo said? Said we shouldn't follow the Old Testament no more, so we got a New Testament. Nigga, the Old Testament taught us how to get to the New Testament. If it wasn't for the Old Testament, Cain would have never killed Abel. And everybody know it's always a brother need to get shot in the back, you know? No, nigga, y'all lying. You got my congregation and my constituents talking about they ain't got a tithe no more because you said talking about Paul and what Paul said. Nigga, Paul used to be Saul. Don't forget that. And motherfucker, don't forget how much money you stole from niggas over there. Now you want to fuck up my church and my good name. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care. All the good Christian shit I do, I got a car on layaway. I got my grandkids Christmas shit on layaway. I got 2 PS5s on layaway. I got a new bitch in Hawaii on layaway. And you talking about no tithing. Huh? No, nigga, I'm telling you to slow down, okay? You slow down, all right? You're doing too much and you're talking too much.
Yeah.
Go back on YouTube, go to your little church, your congregation, tell them niggas you're bullshitting, okay? Tell them the Old Testament is the way we live, you know? Because in the beginning, God created man and woman, and when you ate from the tree of Gethsemane, you knew a bitch was naked. That's the most important scripture. When you knew a bitch was naked, that's the Old Testament.
Oh. Wow.
Now listen, that's funny.
Wow. But true.
But there's some brothers that's pissed off at Creflo right now. They pretty pissed.
It's because Creflo's full of shit. If Creflo was sincere about his stance on tithing being wrong, I'm waiting for him to be like what was Zacchaeus? Was that the tax collector?
Yeah.
That he wronged the people and identified that he did the wrong and he paid them back.
Refunded, yeah.
Yeah. Let Creflo do that.
Well, they asked him about it. I think one of the members stood up in church one Sunday and said, well, now that we have this new revelation, will we be getting a refund check? And he was like, no, can't do that.
You know his books ain't right. He will tell you what your refund is.
Oh my God.
Actually, I did that out of order. When the guy got up and asked in church, will we be getting a refund? Taffy got up first and she looked at,
what are you doing? Today.
Andy Bruce said, sell that jet and give me my money back.
Man.
Which one?
Because I thought he had like a fleet or something like that. More than one.
Is that real repentance? If he starts giving a check and money back, is that real repentance for the mistake you made?
Why not? He said, the Bible says you can't take it with you. So,
I'm just asking. I'm asking the question to all y'all. What does Creflo have to do to make this right? Because Al brings up a good point.
You and I have had this conversation. I don't think that this revelation is Creflo's end game. Yeah, I agree. The New Testament doesn't speak of tithing. Yeah, but the church still has to be funded. The ministry still has to be funded. Now, what did Jesus do? Jesus had wealthy people in his circle that, he instructed to sell everything that you have and come and follow me. Well, who's going to do that in the church? So there still needs to be some sort of fundraising, tithes, offering, whatever the case may be. I don't think the benefit of the people is Creflo's end game, or he wouldn't still have 2 jets, 17 properties.
What do you think his end game is? You think he's going to introduce a new philosophy?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's already been implemented. He's just following the game plan.
You know, I believe the whole tithing thing is a bunch of bullshit.
Wow. Well, it escalated. I mean, that escalated quickly too. I wasn't prepared for that. Let me give it its proper purpose.
Damn.
Here's why I say it that way. Because tithing is primarily used to build temples to pastors. It really doesn't go to the flock, to where there is the church is being used as a storehouse.
Can we preface that with in your experience?
It's not well. I've heard about your church, but
It's not just my church. It is other churches.
Listen. In general, churches are not used as storehouses for people to go to for help. In general, churches use their tithing to build buildings. Now, there are some out there that are doing it differently, and I appreciate that. I'm talking about the vast majority of tithing goes to salaries and buildings. It does not go to the people that gave that money in their time of need, the storehouse. Now, that's a reality.
Okay.
Well, I think the reality is both of you are correct. I think there are more churches that are trying to do right by their tithes and offerings than get publicized. But the louder churches are the ones that Jay is talking about, where they're the ones that end up on the front pages of this or that, or they got the commercials or the radio shows or the whatever. So I think both of those, as Unc tells us all the time, both of those things can be true. Definitely the voices of the ones that are doing it right get drowned out significantly by the ones that are not necessarily on.
Man, listen. You talk to the average pastor. The average pastor out there is trying to figure out how to become, not necessarily on that level, but how to become as popular, successful as a TD Jakes, as a Creflo Dollar. They're all trying to figure out how to build temples to themselves.
Not all strong.
I thought you said you don't say all.
I said the vast majority. If I slipped on there, then I apologize. I'm telling you what the vast majority of preachers are doing. They're trying to build bigger churches, because the bigger church means I'm a successful pastor. This is not just in the black church, this is in the white church.
Right.
In fact, we have gone away from just building one big temple. Now we have churches that are 2 and 3 churches. Pastors don't have just one church. They got 2 and 3 churches. That's all over this country. Now we got 2 or 3 churches, but we ain't got enough money to help the people.
I don't disagree with what you're saying. I'm saying but I think we're kind of saying the same thing. Like, for every 10 pastors or 20 pastors, or I'll even say 30 to 40, 50 pastors that are on that ambitious track, there are 5 or 6 that are tucked away on some corner in neighborhood A that are saying, man, I just want to do the work. I just want to lead somebody to Christ. And I don't want to. There are pastors all over the place. And I think that's where the reason why we get so caught up in the number that are doing it wrong is because we never hear about the ones that are doing it right. Hell, we wouldn't have heard about Al's pastor if Al wasn't on this show. I mean, that's just being real. That's just being honest, man. It's just, So I tend to lean to. I understand exactly what you're saying, and I don't disagree that there are a lot of bad ones out there. That's why I don't think as many people are called the pastor as claim that they are. But I do think there are some guys out there that are truly trying to do what's right, and it's an uphill battle, man.
I don't disagree. I never
Yeah.
said that there aren't some out there that's trying to do what's right.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is the vast majority of them are trying to figure out how to build a building. That
Do you
people can
Al, do you think it's a vast majority, or Ron? Do you think it's a vast majority?
You know, I stay out of religious conversations with y'all.
Well, you have an opinion though.
I think it's more. I think there's more LB type of churches than the other one. I think the other ones are more the mega churches that are out there that's doing that. I think there's a lot of small mom and pops that they try to do it, they just struggle. They just can't get enough people. They can't get enough people in the door.
The small mom and pop churches want to grow too. Don't you confuse that? They can't grow, but they want to grow.
I don't know if growing is a problem. I don't know if growing is the problem. Or nor should it not necessarily be part of the goal. I don't think a church is supposed to just be 4 or 5 people the whole time in its existence.
And honestly, if it is 4 or 5 people, that's not a problem.
Right, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. You call to whoever you call to, but
it is to the average pastor.
Well, I think it is to the perception of society. I think perception of society makes it sound like if I can't get my membership to pass 5, we're non-effective. Or if I can't get it past 20, it's non-effective. There was a church in Fort Worth, Texas, where this pastor, I don't think he ever grew his congregation past 50. But they owned a daycare, they owned a school, they owned I'll say they owned. I mean, I guess technically they owned it, but they started a daycare, they started a school, they started a nursing home, and the whole purpose of them saying they started that, they felt like that's what they were called to do to affect the community that they were in. So I can't say they were ineffective. They did what they felt like they were supposed to do with the 50 members that they had, or 40 or whatever it was. And the building that they had never got any bigger. It just, that wasn't his focus. So I don't know. I understand what you're saying. I think you're not necessarily wrong. I just think it's not as.
I know I'm not wrong.
I think it's not as it may not be. Like I said, I just think the ones that are doing it wrong are louder than the ones that are trying to do it right.
It's amazing how when you go into the hood, the nicest buildings are the churches.
I agree.
Okay. So you don't have to be a radio ministry. You don't have to be a mega church. They're building temples to themselves in the middle of the hood.
Well, I don't disagree with that. I'm not saying that's not true.
You said I was saying it was the mega churches and all. No.
Well, living in the hood, and being in the hood. Yeah, but living in the hood and being in the hood, the churches wasn't, at least here. Now, I don't know how it is in Mississippi, but in the hood, a lot of our churches wasn't the mega structures. It wasn't the most beautiful building in the hood that the church was in. At least not here.
Because Louisville doesn't have a lot of mega churches, I don't think.
Not really.
Louisville has maybe 3, maybe in the black community. And I'm not sure you call them mega.
Canaan, St. Stephen's.
Bates.
No, Bates is down.
Yeah.
I'd say Burnett.
Oh, Bates is not a mega church anymore? Mega. Well, there you go. So
Stevens, Canaan.
Now, you can't say that about Texas. Texas, they everywhere. They're popping up through the ground.
Because in most communities here in Louisville, it's the same old rundown buildings that's been in the community since day one. There's no new structures popping up.
Right.
Because even Burnett Avenue, there was a church being built out Fern Valley, and out Hurstbourne, Fern Valley, whatever. And Burnett took over that building after the finances for the original builder fell through. So.
Right, I remember that.
Yeah, and that could be a reason why we see it differently. Again, because we don't see a lot of that, at least here. I mean,
in Kentucky,
yeah,
I can see that. I can see that because in Texas is definitely more what Jay is talking about. Is for sure more because there's mega churches everywhere, of every denomination. It don't even matter.
Man, even if you throw in the white churches, you're only going to add about 3 more to that list.
Yeah,
Southeast, Evangel.
And that one, I can't remember the one that you're talking about. It's 4 something. I can't think of the name of it, but I know the one. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. What you say, Jay?
So I can't think of who sung this song, but the song says, "I done been around the world and I." Who sang that song?
That's Lisa Stanfield.
I done been around the world. I'm telling you, this is not a Texas thing.
I'm not saying it is a Texas thing, but I'm just comparing the 2 areas.
There are a lot of mega churches. Well, that's the problem. You can't compare 2 areas and say that's the country. I'm telling you, I done been around the world, and it's normal. It's
no, we're not saying that. I've been around the world myself, but I'm just saying my perception of what I've seen, and even going to some of these other cities and seeing what their churches and stuff are. A lot of these are shacks, and the only big major churches I see are the major players within those cities that are out there. You go through Louisville's neighborhood right now,
or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you go to Louisville West End right now, you'll find a church. You find a liquor store, you find a church on every corner in the West End. Every one of those churches are houses. Literally,
they're not big
shacks.
at all.
You are correct. You are correct. You are correct. We have a church on every corner. Ain't but 5 members up in there, but they got a church.
They got a church.
But you have to understand the mentality of the preachers. They're trying to build. I'm telling you.
No,
but again, go ahead, Ron.
No, I said we all know they're trying to build. I mean, that's they want to. If they're building the way they're supposed to, it makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a problem with the trying to build part of it. My challenge would be, what are you trying to build? Why are you trying to build? Yeah. And is your building resolved around trying to help people or just trying to help yourself? And I know Al probably get tired of us bragging on his church, but I would like to see more churches trying to help people than trying to build.
I have a first cousin in Brooklyn, New York, who pastors one of the largest churches there in Brooklyn, New York. And this Negro does his damnness on a daily basis to pour into his membership and to help the community of Bed-Stuy, New York. On a daily basis. There's always something going on to pour into his members. Whether it's
that's a real racist area, right?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Bed-Stuy has had a history of being a really racist area.
Yeah, it's Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn has a history of being really racist. Yeah, so he's in Bed-Stuy, and he has a large church there in Bed-Stuy. But the reality is, even though he does all that he does, and he does a lot, I tell him that all the time, He's always having something going on, whether it's medical, whether it's financial, whether it's educational. He's always poured into his community and his people. But the Negro got one of the largest black churches in Brooklyn, New York. Okay. That's all I'm saying.
Is his last name Joyner?
No. His last name is Kelley. Kelley.
Kelley. Wow.
You can look it up.
But Jay, in your case, he's actually growing and doing it the right way.
I never said he wasn't.
I'm saying, but his growth is the growth we all agree on, because his growth is he is growing for the community. He's doing something that you can agree that he should have the largest church, because he's doing the things to help give back to the community, to help build the community, to help make the community better. So he is building, he's not building a temple, he's building he's building a community. We're talking about those guys who are building temples.
Is it
and it's different.
Is it a boost to one's ego to have a large mega church, a large church? It doesn't have to be mega church. A large church.
Not if your calling is to do the right thing. No.
Is it a boost to one's ego? And Pastor Lord, you've been in the ministry before. Is it a boost to one's ego when you have certain type of membership? Let's say you got some lawyers that come to your church, some doctors.
Oh yeah, of course. To some guys it is. To some guys it is for sure.
Yes, some. You better up that.
Well, there are some guys. Listen, I don't want to put every pastor in the same box. I know what you're saying, Jay. Hush. I'm answering your question. I don't want to put everybody in the same box to say that they all feel the same exact way, because I know that's not true. But I will say this: that it is power is a tricky balancing act.
Boom.
And that's what we're really talking about, because much like what we just said about the king and the queen and all the different things like that, it is whenever you are handed power or influence, it is a tricky balancing act, because what you do with it and how you personally interpret it and how you're supposed to use it matters. And a lot of people struggle in that area. They struggle, and some of them have started out with the best of intentions, like they just wanted to do the right thing, and then they got a taste of power and celebrity and influence, and man, it just goes left.
So you're basically saying that they're just basically corrupting themselves for no reason.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
It shouldn't be that it shouldn't be that if you're called, and I'm like you guys, they say you are called to do this service, you should not fall into that trap.
You would think that, Ron, but the truth of the matter is that it takes a very strong, very focused, person to not allow the celebrity of church to corrupt you.
But then why is the pastor being turned into a celebrity?
Because we've always done that in with the church.
And there goes your problem.
Like in the black church, for sure, we celebritize all of our pastors.
Listen, very few people can stand up in front of people Sunday after Sunday in a pulpit with a microphone and that not go to their heads. Now, you got to be careful what I'm saying now. You have to understand the power that they feel as that church is growing because now I'm being listened to and I'm being heard. I'm being believed. There is an ego involved. There's an ego involved.
So again, why do people go to church then? So what's the point?
Oh, well, that's a whole nother conversation.
See, y'all don't want to go down this rabbit hole.
No, we do. We don't mind going down the rabbit hole. It's just it's a big hole. It's a big hole, and it would take a minute to get down this hole.
Now, B, why are you so quiet?
You muted Al.
I care less about the last 10 minutes of this bullshit y'all been talking about. If I can be candid.
Always.
Because I asked 20 minutes ago that you preface it with your experience. So that's all I asked. In your experience, that's what you're seeing. So don't try to place that on everybody. I thank God that that's not my experience. I'm not around shisty, fake, phony, so-called men of God who want to be elevated and want to increase their territory without doing the work and the will of God. So I'm thankful that I'm not in those situations. So
that is a blessing.
That's why I checked out 10 minutes ago.
Listen, Al B, all jokes aside, that is a tremendous blessing because that has not been my testimony. I've been around some niggas. You muted Mama Noise.
You have, but the difference is that you weren't. You weren't that guy. You was around it, but you weren't that guy. I mean, because we came in knee deep going around, like Al be cleaning the church or whatever. That was us cleaning and serving in all areas and every ministry that there's no ministry we didn't serve in. So
let me say this though, Mama Noise. Let me be very candid. Were it not for the grace of God, our own personal awakening, I think we would have become what we despise. I don't think it's as hard to become because you think you're following in earnest, and you're trusting those who are leading you to show you a path of what seems to be righteous. Right. Only now, the problem is that the deeper you go in and you peek behind the curtain, you start to realize these niggas this is a scam. See, the part that they didn't anticipate is that I grew up in 550 apartments, and I know a scam when I see one. So, and you can't Jesus me and make me think that you ain't getting over. You are getting over. So that's what saved us. My roots, my background, my life experiences. We started to see things for what they really are. So no, I'm not saying it ain't to Ron. I'm saying it is not difficult to fall down that hole because if you
very delicate balance.
It's a very delicate balance. And listen, you got everybody, bro, in these experiences. Imagine going to church as a Creflo and everybody screaming your name and telling you how great you are and you're the best thing since sliced bread. And
Sunday after Sunday.
Not just Sunday, right? Not just Sundays, every day. Listen, Eddie Long put them tight ass shirt on for a reason.
But again, Lloyd, like you said, you was comparing your journey to it. You said you might have fell into it. I don't think you would.
Maybe not.
I don't think you would have fell into it because of your mentality.
Right.
A lot of those cats, and again, and I say based on my experience, a lot of those cats, man, it's a mentality thing.
Ron, is so easy. It is so easy.
It is.
First of all, most human beings to a degree, are ambitious. We want more than what we currently have. Now, we don't have to dream of being a millionaire. Some people actually, despise the word millionaire because they know they ain't going to ever reach it. So they've convinced themselves that millionaire is bad. But most people want more than what they have. And it's real easy to fall into the trap of saying that I'm trying to grow the church for the betterment of the people and the community, when in actuality, you're trying to grow the church for the betterment of yourself. There's a delicate balance, because as the church grows to benefit the community, you recognize that you are actually going to benefit from that too. So when do you really just focus on the church and not what I'm getting from it?
But
Now,
and again, therein lies the problem.
There are many pastors all around this country that are giving their full salary back to the church. There are many that are doing that. But even in doing that, they're doing it for a reason.
And I think Al's probably the one that probably said this better than anything. It's we keep saying what they're doing for the church, and that's the problem. It's not the church. If you're doing it for the church, you're doing it for the wrong reason.
But the people are the church, Ron.
But I'm doing it for the people. Damn the building. I don't care about growing the building.
To be continued. To be continued. This is a good conversation, though. Al, I noticed though you do struggle with us having this conversation because you don't relate to this at all.
At all.
At all. And I mean, again,
it's not been my experience.
And can I tell you something? That's fascinating to me that it's not. That's fascinating. No, and I mean that sincerely, because most people that I know, it's the complete opposite.
Now don't get me wrong. I know that it exists.
Right. But
I would be completely foolish, and I would even lean toward agreeing with Jay and say that it is a majority. But unfortunately, those are not people. In my opinion, those people are not true men of God, because a true man of God has no pride. It's been replaced with humility.
Right.
And if you have pride, then you are not abiding by the desire and the will of God. So if you're feeding your pride in the pulpit, then you need to step away from the ministry, because you're doing it a disservice from the start.
But you know what, Al? I'm going to quote the great movie American President. These days, people don't drink the sand because they're thirsty. People drink the sand because they don't know the difference. I don't think we know the difference anymore. And that's the scary part about it. We don't know who the honest guy who's sincerely, truly up there for the right reasons is. We don't know him from the shyster anymore. It's tough, man. It's tough. But to be continued. I feel like we should circle back to this at some point. This is a good conversation.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to shut up. I think one of the problems is that we're using the word shyster, and we're using the word the words corrupt and as if they're not followers of Christ. You have to be careful doing that, because a Creflo Dollar or TD Jakes with their ambitious asses is just as much of a follower of Christ as any other pastor who has a smaller church that feeds his flock every Wednesday and Friday out of the back of the church. You have to be careful saying that, because all pastors, to a degree, have some ambition, or else they wouldn't be pastors. They wouldn't be trying to lead people to Christ. They wouldn't be trying to grow the numbers and lead people to Christ. It's just that it's a slippery slope. That's the only point. And most, as human beings, err on the side of going too far with it because it becomes about them. Though most would never admit that. I'm growing this church. I have this church because it points to the goodness of God or whatever. That's a slippery slope.
I don't believe TD Jakes got in to the ministry to become TD Jakes.
Absolutely not.
But hold on. Here's where I will cap it off with here. But he did see himself become a TD Jakes.
Well, I think you.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
You may be
I'm
right.
saying. I'm saying at some point you recognize yourself leaving the original intent. Now you can justify or you can expand the explanation as to why you're doing it and say, well, now I'm doing it because the Lord has led me to blah, 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 blah. And that may or may not be true. I can't question what you believe God is telling you. I can only go by what you originally said, Jay. It seems like, why would God tell you to not invest in the people more so than what you invested in? If the original intent was the people, why did that dramatically change once your name and opportunities changed? That would be the only thing I would question. Because I can honestly say I don't understand the mega church. I don't understand its necessity. But I'm not a smart dude like that.
It's a popularity contest.
Yeah. So I digress.
Do you just call it a popularity contest?
He did.
Oh, yeah.
He did. I was trying not to indulge that because I know if we do, we're never going to leave this conversation. We're going to be here, and we got to leave this conversation at some point. No. It's just not the shut up factor. It's just it's as the old church would say, it's getting late in the evening. The sun is going down. You better get it right with God while He may be found.
It's gone.
I like the conversation though. I did actually. It's been a weird night. We've hit everything. There's not anything we haven't covered. Y'all got anything else before we bounce out of here for the night?
Mama Noah's, I'm proud of you for not getting so sloppy drunk that you couldn't finish the show.
Oh damn!
Well, that was unnecessary. That was unnecessary. I mean, what are we doing right now? Mama Noise, you do whatever you feel best in your spirit, because I know it works out in the end for me, so I'm good.
Mama Noise, that means your tolerance level is getting higher.
Hallelujah, Mama. Hallelujah. Shout out to Larika Killer Brew and Weller Killer Brew. Larika, while you still listening, man, I sure enjoyed that Ada Twist episode. It was so good.
Well done, Justice.
And shout out to the show for having the boldness to do it.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen an episode of a cartoon about autism that way. And so well done, so well put together, and it was good, man. They did a great job. Catherine, we love you, girl. You know that. You know what it is. And Weller did a good job as the tablet, even though he didn't tell us he was going to be the tablet.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Yeah, it was good. It was a really good episode. The really good episode.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Al, are you a Game of Thrones person or no? I wasn't either. I didn't when it first came on, I didn't do it. I was like, I'm not watching that craziness. And then they got me on the last season. And then I watched the last season. I kind of enjoyed it. So I said, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and watch this new one. Yeah, but it's a lot. I don't know if I'm going to stick with it. They do a lot. They be blurring the lines. I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable.
I know how.
What you say, Ron?
It's a good show. It's a good show.
It made me uncomfortable. And this ain't even a spoiler alert. They told the king after his wife died, he had to remarry, and they said, "Well, the best power play is to marry such and such daughter." And he was like, "Okay, well, I'll at least meet with the daughter." Then the daughter was 9. I was like, "Wait a minute, what is this?"
Nope.
And his advisor tell him, "Oh, she'll grow into it. She'll grow into it. Grow into it.
Grow into
it." It made me uncomfortable. I don't know if I can. I don't know how long I'm gonna be there. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it gets worse. It gets worse.
It got worse in the next episode. I was like, "This is a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot going on."
You start questioning. You start questioning a whole lot of stuff as the season goes on.
I may not be built.
Can get past the first episode, first 10 minutes.
Game of Thrones ain't that the one where the little blonde girl had the dragons flying around?
Yeah.
I didn't get past the first 10 minutes.
It's a lot going on. It's a. Have you ever seen Game of Thrones? Because I know you ain't seen Game of Thrones.
No.
Yeah. So there's a lot going on. But anyway, shout out to Canelo. I guess Canelo beat Galecki or what's his name?
What?
What's the boxer's name? Triple G. They call him Triple G for short.
That did what?
He beat him.
Beat who?
Right. Golovkin. Gennady Golovkin, the Russian dude.
Okay.
This is their third fight, and Canelo beat him tonight.
Okay. Thank you.
That is the fight I want to see. You know, Errol Spence and Crawford have signed that they're gonna fight.
Yeah, I saw you.
That's what I want to see.
Your cousin.
What we all been waiting on right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking forward to Sunday night.
What's happening Sunday night?
Bears and Packers.
Oh man.
Dang. Stefan said GGG's 147 years old.
Well, he's not a young man.
He's 40, so
he's not a young man.
In boxing years, that's about the equivalent.
Yeah.
They got boxing years?
It's almost impossible to get these fights when these guys are in their prime anymore.
He said boxing years like
That's why everybody's gonna be so excited about this Crawford Spence fight, because at least they close to their prime.
Listen, let's just in the first place, the fact that Spence is even back boxing after that unbelievable accident is nothing short of a miracle.
Yeah, that's true. Shout out to Manti Te'o too, who got a chance to come home.
They still didn't forgive him though.
No, they forgave him, didn't they?
Nah, they ain't really forgive him.
What?
They brought him out on the field and celebrated him, Ron, today.
It was a petty bring you out to the field.
Oh,
what you want him to do? Bring him out there with a real woman or something?
Yeah, he need to have
do it. I won't let you.
He needed a real woman on his hand when he came out. That's the only way they was gonna forgive him. Man.
Oh my gosh, stop it!
Like a woman jump out of a cake or something? What are you talking about?
Something.
Surprise! She's real.
I'm looking for a miracle. I expect the impossible.
Come on now, preacher.
I feel the intangible.
You better reach back for them old ones.
For a minute there, I thought I was on In Living Color.
Oh Lord. What do you think he's about to say, Mama Noise?
Because the immaculate and the
oh my goodness, this guy, this girl, and this guy. They're doing the most.
Mama Noise, do you know that song?
Don't do that. Don't. Why are you doing that? You know
she is a Clark, isn't she?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Clark?
Yeah, she is a Clark.
She don't know that song.
What?
The sky is the limit.
What I can have. The Clark sisters.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking for a miracle. The words, the lyrics he just
believe it and receive it. God is going to do it for you.
We'll perform today.
Okay, same thing. I was close enough.
You know what? I believe
that song when it came out, man, that was groundbreaking.
Thank you for that.
For that time.
I agree.
They added a little bit of a beat that the regular church wasn't having at that time.
No, we couldn't identify that one in our church. We didn't even have no drums at that point.
That was that radio.
That's right. Good Hope was. Y'all was.
We was one of the very last to get drums.
Yeah, you right. Yeah, that was what, early 90s. That was early 90s.
Yeah, when we got drums, it was like 93.
No, I'm talking about it wasn't that early 90s when that song came out.
Yeah.
What y'all was early 90s? No.
We didn't get drums to early 90s.
I thought that song came out in like 92, 93, 94.
80s. Had to be.
Hold on.
What's the title? What's the title?
It's literally called "I'm Looking for a Miracle." It came out in
80s. I was
94.
94.
Early 90s.
94.
Because I was in college. I was in Moorhead.
Yeah, 94.
That was
I thought it was 90s too. I wasn't. You was talking 80s. I didn't remember no 80s.
I thought that song was out when I was home. I left home in 89.
94.
Wow.
Now the Clark sisters came out then. They were out by then. He said, "We just got drums last week." No, our former pastor wasn't trying to do no drum. He thought that was the devil incarnated.
So before the drums, what was y'all doing? Patting y'all feet?
Patting our feet and clapping our hands. That's it. And you better not do too much of that.
Wow.
Did y'all even have a keyboard? Wasn't it strictly the
No,
piano?
it was piano and organ. That's it. Piano and organ. That is it. He thought that was the devil. You ain't gonna be bringing all that.
I remember Great or Good Hope.
You ain't gonna be bringing all that boppity bop in here.
My granddaddy was still preaching there.
No, we wouldn't even have none of that, brother.
That was the type of church my dad was going to. He was like, "We ain't got no instruments."
Well, we wasn't instrumentalists.
I was like, "Dang!"
That's the irony. Seventh-day Adventists over off of what is that? Taylor Boulevard.
Same place.
They they don't do instruments, but they hosted when brothers meet every year.
Yeah.
They had this big When Brothers Meet. It was a fundraiser for their school.
Right.
They come in there with the bass guitars, the electric guitars, and the keyboards and everything else. I was like, how ironic is that?
I'll tell you the first time, if I remember correctly, Al, the first time we ever had drums, we sang, and I want to say, let me look at the year. I know we got to wrap up. This might be for the, y'all might miss out on this one, listening audience. This might be for the after show. The original Jesus is Real, whenever that came out, I want to say we made such a big stink about that song that it needed some drums, that he let us have it for an anniversary because we said we needed it.
You talking about Jesus is Real?
Yes.
No, okay.
It was some song that we made a big stink about, and we just fussed him out and complained so much. He said, "Well, I'll allow it for this one song," and then it worked. And the building didn't collapse, and the devil didn't rise up and snatch us down to hell, and so that opened the door for us to eventually get it. Now it still took about another year or two before we got it, but eventually we got it.
on the Clark sisters, what I was thinking about was you brought the sunshine.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
You brought the sunshine.
Now that was in the 80s.
That was 81.
Yeah. I was gonna say that was 80s.
Sunshine.
In my life, you are my life.
That was when Twinkie was feeling herself.
Twinkie. Well, listen, to those of you who are watching by whatever platform you are watching us from, we bid you adieu. It is now time for us to transition to our after show, of which most of you are not invited. But we love you. We love you. We'll see you on Monday. Was it the retirement, Anthony Bruce? I think it was the retirement. He hated drums, though. Boy, he hated drums. Okay, we got to go. Y'all be good. Love y'all. Peace. Y'all, we sure had a good time on Uncorked Wine tonight. I hope you did too. We'll be back next week right here on the NOIZ Makers page for more Uncorked Wine. So, go get your bottle, go get your glass, and meet us here next Saturday, 9 p.m. for Uncorked.